Talk Sport.
We do headlines at just gone 10 a.m. I'm Nick Ellaby. Good morning. How will England line up against Norway? Thomas Tuchel's got a few late headaches on top of Jarell Quansah's suspension being extended to 2 games. Mark Gay's tight hamstring means he's a doubt, and Declan Rice is struggling with sickness. England's 2002 midfield anchor Nicky Butt isn't concerned about Rice.
I don't think he's going to miss a quarter-final of a World Cup with a little bit of a stomach bug. I think he'll be fine. I think he's an important player for us as well. The Gay one concerns me because I think he's been the best defender since he come into the team in the second game, so he'd be the one that I'd be most concerned about.
England's quarter-final with Norway is live on talkSPORT tomorrow night. Now, France look like they're canning all the way to the final. Their 2-0 cruise control win over Morocco has fans asking, is this the best France side ever? French football expert Julien Laurent says it's certainly the squad with the most potential.
Probably even more than 98, more than the 86 team of Platini and 82, 86, 84. I think this team has the highest ceiling, the biggest potential, the most talent, really, and now it's just a matter of winning the games that matter the most.
France, hang on a sec. Colombian forward Camilo Duran has joined Celtic, that's from Qarabag, for a reported £6 million. And England's cricketers have been told they can't drink even on the day after a match. Following Ben Stokes and Gus Atkinson's nightclub incident, the ECB have confirmed a midnight curfew and told players they must tell management if they're out after 10 p.m. Sean Dyche thinks it sounds like an overreach.
But surely as athletes and professionals, you should be able to say, right, don't be stupid. Yeah. You know, here's the time. Be in. I know, look, I've dealt with it. I know it gets broken sometimes, but sometimes that can do it good, to bring it together a little bit. Come on.
More on England's boozy summer on our cricket YouTube channel.
Talk Sport News.
4 Brits are thought to be among at least 11 people killed in wildfires in southern Spain, and Anne Widdecombe has died at the age of 78. More of them are at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. This summer, treat yourself to Bridgestone Turanza All-Season 6 tyres with a 25,000 mileage guarantee. Book today at quickfit.com. Conditions apply.
Another hot and sunny one for most of us. Showery rain in northern Scotland, though, may turn thundery later.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is how to win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Good morning, this is Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs with you through until 1 here on talkSPORT. Where this morning, Andy, please tell us what's coming up.
Well, coming up over the next 3 hours, former Newcastle manager Steve Bruce previews England v Norway. The Spurs supporting Norwegian landlord of a London pub admits to split loyalties tomorrow. And we'll chat to the top Russian model who's embraced her likeness to Erling Haaland. It's quite remarkable.
It was her mum. What has been promoting it, but we'll be crossing to Moscow a little bit later on for that. We also want to know...
Mum Alfie.
Sorry?
Mum Alfie.
That's it. We also want to know the reasons you might not be watching tomorrow. We'll look back on France-Morocco and head to Spain-Belgium tonight live on talkSPORT. And somebody called Max Rushton will be joining us from Miami. I'm not familiar with his work, but I understand he's quite good.
He is. There's all this plus how to win the World Cups. Alex Brooker picks his favourite moments of the tournament so far. And we're in the England camp with Faye Carruthers, of course. And we'll bring you some clips of the week.
We sure will.
Excuse me.
Oh.
It's early in the morning. Oh, dear. Absolutely fine until the mic comes on. That's brilliant.
It is quite cold in here. Oh, guys, Andy, we're going to thump him on the back.
No, we're fine now.
I've turned it down, turned the aircon down. Because I'm sporting England 66.
Very nice.
England 66 red shirt today.
That is a really pucker shirt.
The thing is, I couldn't wear it to work because it's too hot. And this is like that old thick material like they used to wear, those old Umbro shirts of the 60s.
Nice. I'm wearing a Next Gary Lineker top from the last Well,
What about that? You wouldn't know it had anything to do with Gary Lineker. It was from the Gary Lineker line, was
the
it?
Gary Lineker raid.
So in our own way, we're getting right behind England
We are.
today.
Right, I've got some breaking news for you.
Okay, yeah.
You know, last night that we were told in commentary, I think by John Champion, there's a standby VAR now. You know that. And I've solved the problem of why it took so long, 3.5 minutes. They lost power in Dallas in the VAR. It had to go to Stockley Park.
Oh, no, really?
I know, that's why.
That's why they referred. That's what happens when you've got 9 people who feel like they have to justify their existence. I mean, it was the most clear-cut penalty you've ever seen. How long would it have taken to go back and even look at the infringement earlier on? 30 seconds?
Yes, were they looking at something earlier in the move? I don't know, it was ridiculous. And also, they didn't. The ref didn't seem to know, so he let Mbappe stand there for ages.
Yeah, I know. And then he kept trying to get them out of the box. He was trying to get them out of the box. They weren't even in the box. It was so massively over fussy, wasn't it?
I'm glad Morocco went out. Really.
The trouble is with the game is that had they scored then, I actually think it would have. We'll talk to Andy Brassler.
It might have been a better game.
I think it would have done Morocco a favour. So they would have had to come up with an alternative. Because as soon as the first goal went in, you never really fancy him. As soon as the second goal, and they virtually gave up. They didn't lay a glove on them, which is a shock, really. But we'll chat to Andy Brassler about that and reflect on last night. Omens, we're looking for omens, Andy.
Yeah.
And maybe omens from previous World Cup. Don't know if these are good or bad. But apparently some new fella has emerged to maybe run for the Clacton by-election. His name is Mr. Fish Finger.
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
He could go up against Nigel Farage and Count Binface.
Yeah, really.
He says he'll batter the Reform leader. And some of his policies include Captain Birdseye replacing Lord Nelson on the statue in Trafalgar Square. And Cod Save the Queen. Cod Save the Queen. But the only omen is, I was reading in the Times earlier this week, when England went to Mexico 70, they didn't trust the kind of food there. That foreign muck, which is why I imagine most of the players would have said in 1970.
Yeah, very much.
That foreign muck. So they took their own food with them. Yeah. And all their frozen meat was impounded and burnt by the Mexican authorities.
A barbecue.
So well done. That's what we call an asado, yeah. But but then the squad...
Come on, lads.
Yeah. But the squad then survived on fish fingers.
Oh, really?
In 1970, which is... Maybe it was a dodgy fish finger that did for Peter Bonetti when he got Montezuma's. But yeah, so that fits nicely with Mr. Fish Finger running. We wish him go back to your constituency and prepare for government, Mr. Fish Finger. Don't know if you've seen this. The most expensive 99 at the moment is £6.
I heard this. Yeah.
This is a even at the F1 last week, British Grand Prix. They wanted a £5. These are £6 for a single flake 99. Which is a lot of money, isn't it?
It is, really.
I think the thing is, though, it's outside the British Museum. So the bloke who's got it has got a kind of touristy captive audience. There's a few times I went out my...
You've really done a lot of stuff to this.
I have. Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's in the papers. But the reason...
You'd say to me at this point, you do know there's a World Cup on.
Yeah, but... Well, I mean, I don't know what you're paying for a 99 over at the World Cup. But let us know if you've been out there.
They have 99s in America.
Do you have 99s in America, Davy? But, I mean, it's a fantastic pitch, isn't it?
I had one this week on my day off.
Oh, did you?
I can't remember how much it was, though. It was about £4, I think.
From a van local to you?
No, in the local park. There's a sort of kiddies park and pool, and there's a sort of ice cream place there.
Okay. Yeah, do you go for a bit of a paddle now and again?
Suit, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say. Watch yourself, Andy.
Yeah, thanks.
But yeah, what a pitch that is. I mean, you must have to pay a lot of money for the one outside the British Museum.
Yeah, that's true.
But then how many flakes do you sell, Andy? I suppose the situation for that ice cream man is he's got 99 problems, but the pitch ain't one.
Okay, very good.
No?
Well, I don't really get it.
Slightly shoehorned in, but yeah,
Is that a famous song?
Yeah, there we are. It's a High Court judge, but the pitch ain't one.
Yes,
it's a popular song by Jay-Z. So, okay, carry on.
Going back to football.
Giving us the evidence.
Sorry not to mention any flakes.
But the pitch ain't one, Andy, you see. That's what I was saying.
I'll look it up in the break and laugh a lot. I'll get it later, honestly. Yeah. I'll be on the floor.
Because they were selling 99s where he's got a good pitch.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
Pitch looks good.
Yeah, okay. Keep going, Andy. Keep broadcasting.
Brazil have come up with a reason of why they went out of the World Cup.
Oh, yeah. And they weren't very good?
Sorry, no, that's one of the reasons. But this other theory is it's the growth of evangelicalism over Catholicism.
Wow, so
they're blaming Billy Graham, not George Graham. Bring it back to sport.
Yeah. That's not where I'd immediately would have gone.
No.
When I was looking for excuses.
I'd say they're midfield,
I'd say picking Neymar. That's where I may have started there. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Some of the reasons why you might not be able to watch tomorrow, maybe you're working. How are you going to find a way around it? Mostly, people go to the pub, they'll be at home. It's Saturday night, 10 o'clock. But Saturday night, 10 o'clock in the summer, as I said, I've...
people at Cadbury's producing flakes.
Yeah, that's right.
Overnight.
Especially for the bloke outside the British Museum, because he's selling so many. So do let us know why you're in a bind and how you're going to get round it. Maybe watching it on your phone somewhere. Maybe you're working. talksport.com, text 81089, tweet...
or you're going to a wedding.
Going to a wedding, yeah, that's right. They're all the rage as well. That is that time of year. So do let us know. 0371722.
Oh, yes, I've had another thought.
Have you? That's good, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about, it's a shame. This is Wimbledon thought this.
Yeah.
It's a shame the late, great Anna Karen...
who played Olive on the buses. Look it up, kids. Yeah,
it's a shame she's not alive because it'd be brilliant. I'm sure the Sun would have given her a ticket. Imagine her on centre court shouting, "Arthur!" Yeah,
that would be good, wouldn't it? I'd like to think she would have gone. Yeah, but she popped up in EastEnders.
They'd have also got Pauline Fowler to turn up as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Wendy Richards. They all would have been there, wouldn't they? Anybody who's ever had to shout Arthur, just give them a ticket.
That's the idea.
Little posthumous section. That fella who plays the cello. People who used to shout Arthur a lot who can't be here today.
Arthur-esque.
Yeah, other famous Arthurs.
Hello, playmates.
Other Arthurs who could have been there. Don't say that one. Where were we? Oh, yes. Now, Shaban and really good show. I enjoyed their show.
Me too.
Shaban and Sean Dyche earlier on. They played Come On England in all the build-up to the game. From 2004, the Euro 2004. That was the talkSPORT All-Stars. It saw myself and Andy and lots of other talkSPORT presenters and now people that are senior management dancing like Egypts on Top of the Pops. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to watch a bit of us in action on Top of the Pops. If we can maybe play a little bit of a song for you. You may remember this. It's quite a familiar tune that we robbed.
Does look good on camera.
Yeah, it's a beautiful red, isn't it? Here we are. Take it away. talkSPORT There we are.
Remember Quinny scoring a great goal?
Yeah. Mickey Quinn's in there. Our old mate Gilo, God bless him, is there. Warren Horton, former Leicester City striker.
Moose.
Ian Collins.
Half the size.
The Moose, yeah. So we got to number 2 in the charts. And we were kept off of number 1. I always thought by Britney.
Yes.
But I have subsequently discovered that it was this that kept us off of number 1. Have a listen to this. I don't wanna know. Boo!
I was impressed with Sean, our producer, who knew this song for about 20 years ago.
Mario Winans featuring Enya and... Well, I think we'll leave the rest of
Mario
it.
Wylands.
Yeah, sorry. Not Mario Wylands.
What's his name? Wyron?
No, not Wyrans.
Why?
Have another guess. Winans.
Why? Winans.
Yeah. I take it he's a member of the Winans clan. Isn't he the famous acting brothers, or is that spelled differently? Why?
I don't know the fact.
Anyway, he kept us off of number 1. Whatever happened to him, though, eh? They're still playing our song. They're not playing that, are they?
Well,
also, Khalees was it? We kept Khalees at number 4 with Trick Me. See? Not as good as you think you are you, Khalees? And who else was in it? Our old mates from the farm. They had All Together Now 2004. That was at number 5. So just some of the hits.
Talking of pops, I thought that shot of Shakira last night.
Oh, yeah.
In the stand. I thought she'd be wearing one of those Eisteddfod hats with a Welsh connection.
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah, 3 Welsh blokes she used to go out with. Yeah. All had the same name when she lived in Barry.
That's right, yeah.
Shakira's many. She works at the Butlins there. She was a chalet maid at Butlins. You look it up. Look it up. That's what she did.
Definitely right.
Anyway, coming up today, Andy Brassel kicks us off to look back on last night, as the big man would say. Look ahead to the big game tonight, Spain-Belgium. We're probably expecting quite an open game there, but we were expecting a bit more of a game last night. But maybe we were naive. Andy Brassel joins us to chat about that. Anastasia Krostromitina is a Russian model. She's worked for a lot of big brands around the world. But her mum noticed she looks like Erling Haaland. At first, Anastasia pushed back on that because she's a top glamour model and she does lots of fashion shoots and everything.
Yeah.
But she's embraced it and properly embraced it. And if you might want to go and check her out on Instagram first, but we will play you the way that she's kind of mimicked the great man. And we're going to have a chat with Anastasia a little bit later.
I wish she was playing tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe she can play up front. Melinda Farrell joins us in the historic day for women's cricket. We'll tell you why later. Alex Brooker, his best moments of the tournament so far. Max Rushton, the owner of a London pub, a Norwegian owner, admitting to split loyalties. We'll tell you why. Some clips of the week, so lots to come. Reasons why you can't watch it. TalkSport.com, text 81089, tweet TSH and J 0371722 3344. Paul will be carp fishing for 48 hours and listening to the England game on TalkSport in that way. So just some of the other ways people. My Chemical Romance are doing a concert, which is why Lewis in Essex won't be there. I'll be missing the game because I'll be there, ironically at Wembley. I'm just hoping kickoff will be delayed. Well, more on that. We're going to get Stephen Morgan, our weather expert, to tell us because he thought there could be storms
You'll
midway.
catch the second half on the way home.
Yeah, you certainly will. Anyway, keep those coming. TalkSport.com, text 81089, tweet TSH and J 0371722 3344. We're here with our good friends at Selco Builders Warehouse. It's where the trade go.
Management inside out. Tuchel might just be the 1% difference.
He might well be, but what I'm saying
between
is,
winning it and not winning it.
I need to make this really clear. I am not questioning or doing him down. I'm trying to give you a balanced view of how I see management.
Yeah.
He hasn't done it yet. You're only ever judged on what you end up winning, not whether you could have won it. Brendan Rodgers, apart from the slip, would have possibly, very nearly could have won the Premier League.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they don't judge him on the fact as if he did win it. He did win it.
Until England do it.
That's all I'm saying. And I want him to win it. I want the country to win the World Cup.
The bottom line is this, and we will never know. If Tuchel had been in charge of England at Wembley that night, in the European final, against Italy, you have ended up winning it.
I was there, by the way. I was there.
You know, you changed it. So Simon's point is right. Is it not, Sean?
The whole world is watching. Even the most.
You change it and you lose, right? You didn't know what you change it and you win. You do know what
you make a decision.
That is the life.
No. You make a decision. Well, we all know you live and die by decisions. But when something's coming on top and the whole world's watching it and going, we need to change something. We need to change something. We need to change something. Okay, we haven't changed something. They've scored. Now we're going to change something. They've scored. Now it's easy to be a Monday night quarterback. We all know that, right? But the bottom line is that my inherent belief is the reasons why there's elite managers and there's the reason why there's good managers. Right?
None of us have ever had a bad game in here. Simple as that. A bad game.
See, we're not football
when you're on the sidelines, and you're under pressure.
Oh, he's coming alive now, Mr. Dyke.
That's when the truth is. Really.
But Tuchel will only be judged by when those moments come. Yes. They haven't come. They haven't come against Ghana.
Which is fair. That's exactly fair.
But when they do come, I'm willing to bet you that Tuchel's credentials and the elite gene that I think that he has, which is the reasons why he's managed PSG, Bayern Munich. Yeah, it's a mentality. It's a mentality.
Of course, elite gene.
Maybe it's a bloody stupid.
I've got a ginger gene.
Well, you've got many genes, I suspect.
I have flared genes.
Ill-fitting ones, I suspect, yeah.
I'm Matt Fordham from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Unstoppable.
One out in the air. Here's Kylian Mbappe! Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes! Mbappe, the goal scorer, lays it back to Dembele. There's real trouble here. Dembele charging on and finding the net. It's beyond Bono. It's 2 for France. Dembele, too hot to handle, and that is it. The favourites have delivered. France are into the World Cup semi-finals. Can anybody at this World Cup stop France? France 2, Morocco 0.
Yeah, Joe Shannon was a town crier.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Good work there by Joe and the team last night. Another good game. Well, not actually a good game.
Was it? Yeah, no.
No, it was I was just willing France to score so I could go to bed.
It was dry.
It was. I was a bit surprised. Maybe we shouldn't have been. But it is time for Duracell's extra mile. We picked the players we think went the extra mile. Those players that bring a game-changing performance and unstoppable power. We'll let Andy Brasley, top European football expert, make that nomination. Hi, Andy.
Hello, fellas. How are you?
Good, thanks. I mean, I don't know. We kind of expected more from Morocco. They didn't go out of a bit of a whimper, really. They seemed to, as soon as that first goal went in, they didn't seem to have a plan B. In some ways, I was saying, Andy, had the penalty gone in, they would have had to reset much earlier. Maybe he would have had more of a chance. But they never really got to grips with it. And after the second goal, they virtually gave up.
I've heard this a lot about Morocco in the hours since the game finished, and I think the idea that they chucked it in is a bit much, to be honest.
They didn't. They had one shot on the 83rd minute. They didn't get on the ball that much. I mean, the last 10 minutes they were like, "Oh, please let this stop." And there was an air of that to it, Andy, wasn't there?
But I think you have to bear in mind they're playing the best team at the tournament, or the team that's been the best team at the tournament so far. There's no doubt about that. With an incredible amount of attacking weapons that can go at you and then bring on Bradley Barcola to flame you in the last half hour. You know, they've got so many options. And the problem with Morocco was a problem of squad construction that was always there. Look, they're a great side. I think they've got one of the best midfields in the tournament, and they showed that in a number of games, starting with the opener against Brazil. But I think the reality was that they just didn't have anything to hurt France with, and that was always going to be the problem. Now, I always thought the fact that they didn't really have a proper number 9 was a bit of an issue. I mean, Youssef En-Nesyri, who was there at the last World Cup and has served them so well over so many years, I've never been a huge fan of his, but he's brilliant in the air and he's brilliant at holding the ball up. Now, you had someone in Saibari who could create something out of nothing, and he wasn't there. So, you know, they really had no way to get at them. And I think the pattern was set, really, in the first half. The fact that France were just knocking on the door, and when they'd stopped knocking on the door, they gave it 2 seconds and started knocking again. You know, you look at the numbers from the first half, Morocco didn't lay a glove on them because they couldn't.
No.
That they had no outball, and I think especially in that heat, that made it just an impossible task.
I suppose we have to give the Duracell extra mile award to Mbappe. I mean, he misses the penalty straight on the ball 10 seconds late and trying to make things happen. It's an amazing goal. He sets up the second because they're so scared of him. They all go to him and leave a great big gap for Dembele.
And it's an amazing tournament for him, really. And you think some of the criticism that he's received over the last 2 years, I mean, for someone who's either the best player in the world or really close, he's not massively liked, is he? I think, you know, you look at the way his image has gone in the last couple of years, and like maybe the World Cup has changed that.
Yeah, I think it definitely has.
I think he's coming out of it well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's interesting to hear what you guys think, actually. The fact that in an era where we define greatness by, you know, domestic leagues and particularly the Champions League, is this a best player in the world or, you know, close to best player in the world who is defined completely by the World Cup?
Yeah, it's a very interesting point.
He is really, every tournament has been his, hasn't it?
Trouble is, if the Real Madrid fans are feeling differently about him, as soon as he knocks Spain out, that'll be the end of that, won't it?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Good point.
We should come on to Spain, Andy, because they've been very efficient and at times they've played some nice passages of play. But in Whisper it, they've been a bit boring. They often can be a bit boring. They've possibly been a bit more boring than usual. But, you know, you can't argue. It's ruthless and it's efficient, isn't it?
Very efficient.
Well, it's kind of like a tribute act to 2010, really, isn't it? When they used like possession as containment all the way up to and including the final, which I think if you look at like best practice in like modern international football, that's it, because all the players tend to be baked when they get there. I think obviously the climatic conditions are having their say this time. The fact that Lamine Yamal wasn't fit at the start of the tournament and is gradually working his way back, which kind of makes me think they will have a little more in the trunk at some point. But for the moment, I don't think you can really argue. I mean, like we talk about, like, on the whole, the matches have been really good. I thought one of the most disappointing matches was their game against Portugal, because Portugal were they could have been there all year and they wouldn't have scored against them, really. And, you know, the fact that Spain don't just not concede goals, they don't really concede a lot of big chances as well. So there was all this argument before the World Cup about, is Unai Simon their best goalkeeper? Should it be David Raya or Joan Garcia?
Doesn't matter,
instead?
does it?
Yeah, you've got to get close to make it count, haven't you?
Can Belgium? Where can they get at them, Andy? Having looked about, I mean, it's hard to read into the USA game because USA were very poor on the day, and they obviously had a reason to up their game. But where do you think they can get at them?
Well, look, I think it's all about using the subs for all these teams, and we talked about it with France before, and I think that is the case with Belgium as well. Look, they can't start Lukaku because he's just not fit enough. You know, he's played like an hour of football all season at club level, but the way they've used him off the bench has been really smart. You know, he had enough energy to do the Trump dance at the end of the USA game, which was pretty good after he scored his goal. And I think Rudy Garcia, another coach who's received a lot of criticism, the fact that he is someone who had a great tactical plan to deal with the USA. It worked really well. And he was brave enough to leave Lukaku, De Bruyne and Jeremy Doku out of the starting lineup. And it really worked. And even when Onana got injured early on, it would have been easy to say, OK, let's bring on Doku, let's bring on De Bruyne. And he didn't. He brought on a like for like as much as was possible. He brought another physical player in Vanaken, and it really worked. You know, he scored and he assisted. So I think they might have a little something up their sleeve. Look, they're second favourites, but given the squad that they've gone out there with, given the injuries they've got and, you know, some of the physical form of some of those top players, I think they've done really, really well considering. And, you know, I think they're a little step up in what Spain have faced so far, because it doesn't feel to me as if Spain have faced anyone of real substance so far.
Andy, thank you as always. Enjoy the games over the weekend. And we'll catch up with you soon. There's Andy Brassel, European football expert from the excellent Trans-Europe Express every Sunday night. We're going to be chatting... Oh, by the way, that was Duracell's Extra Mile. We're going to be chatting very shortly to a Russian model who has a likeness to Erling Haaland. It was her mum that flagged it up. I bet that was a slightly eggy moment when mum said, you know, you look a bit like... Anyway, Anastasia Krostomatina will join us live from Moscow very, very shortly.
Duracell's Extra Mile on talkSPORT. Different, better, unstoppable.
I mean, as recently as 2024, Bruno Touzazol, he told everybody who cared to listen what he wanted to achieve at Newcastle.
Never said that I would like to leave. Since I signed for the club, I always said I want to put my name in the club history, and nothing changed. Nothing changed from me. It is keeping going. I still want to win some trophy for me. When I signed for the club, I said I want to play Champions League, and everyone said that I was crazy. And we got it. Now I wanna be in Champions League again. I wanna win something for the club. I think the fans deserve. We are worked so hard to get it. So this is still my dream.
And then a year later, Simon, they win the Carabao Cup. And Bruno says, "This is my second home. We're making history. Someday, when I leave this club, I want the fans to sing my name the way they do Alan Shearer." I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Well, look, first and foremost, ask yourself the question, why are these players suddenly all deserting the sinking ship? It's not a sinking ship, but it doesn't appear to be a particularly ambitious one. It doesn't appear to have an ownership model that everyone thought was going to change the whole direction of football. Oh my God, we've just sold to a nation state, one of the richest nation states, and look what they're going to do to football. Well, they haven't done anything. They're going to buy everybody. They're going to buy Ronaldo. They're going to buy Messi. They're going to have this player here, that player, this player, you know, and they haven't. Yeah. They bought a bunch of players that to some extent, they've gone and made better. And these players are now doing what every player does, which is go, Liverpool.
Yes.
Oh, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, Real Madrid. And that's what Newcastle have found themselves in a position of doing. So ask yourself the question, despite the vilification of a player that 2 years ago said he wanted to stay, nothing last.
talkSPORT News.
Kick off Hugh Woozencroft, your host for that one night.
is the best in the business.
Sweating towards Haaland! That is the moment he was waiting for!
I feel quite good after scoring 2 goals against Brazil and winning 2-1 against them.
Left-footed shot! He's picked up the corner! Erling Haaland! You beauty! Brazil 0, Norway 2!
Well, Norway are a good side. I mean, let's get it right. They've got a forward in Haaland. You know, he, in my view, is the best centre forward in the world.
Playing up against him, can you get your body in the way, be strong, be powerful?
Making goals out of completely nothing, you've got Haaland. He has no right to get that in the back of the net.
Into the path of Erling Haaland, who finds the top corner. Erling Haaland with another goal at the World Cup.
Beware Erling Haaland, and beware Haaland, England.
Yes, he is certainly the man to stop. We'll be asking Steve Bruce how you go about stopping him. In fact, it's the question every pro has been asked over the last few days. Shaban was asking it Nicky Butt earlier on, but to come at the Haaland story from a slightly different angle today. Anastasia Krostomatina is a top model. She's worked for lots of great global brands. She's based in Moscow. But her mum pointed out to her a short while ago that she does bear a bit of a resemblance to Erling Haaland.
I know.
Now, I don't think it went down too well. There maybe was a slight domestic at that point between mum and daughter. But subsequently, if you have seen Anastasia on social media, on Instagram, you'll know that she has fully embraced it.
Yes.
And is sort of playing up to it. So we're delighted to say Anastasia joins us now. Hi, Anastasia.
Hi.
Good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
You're looking good.
How did you feel when your mum first said you look like Erling Haaland?
Well, the first time I heard that I look like him was about 4 years ago. My friend told me. So I'm used to it, you know.
We love the way we're showing the listeners now how you've played up to it with your sort of visual.
Yeah, you've been copied. So some of the sort of still poses of Erling Haaland, you've copied those, and they have gone hugely viral, haven't they?
Oh yeah, I didn't expect them to go this viral.
Yeah,
it's quite exciting though, isn't it, to have something go viral?
Yeah, but it was unexpected, so I don't know how to act still.
Oh, all right.
Has it reached Erling Haaland himself? Has he been in touch yet?
Unfortunately, no, but I hope he will.
Yeah,
contact
he
me.
will. That's right. So, what do you have to do? I mean, is it there's the original? There's one facial expression you do. It's a very unflattering picture. The lovely thing about this is, though you're a model and always want to look great, you're quite prepared to pull some faces that you probably wouldn't pull on a catwalk or in a fashion shoot, Anastasia.
Well, yeah, but I guess it's just my sense of humor.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something to be ashamed of. If people can laugh, why not?
Absolutely.
Because I think I have good self-esteem. You know, I can be beautiful, I can be funny.
Yeah. No, that's great. That was great. That's a great attitude to have. So, if some work was offered to pose as Erling Haaland, would you be up for that? Would you be prepared to do that?
What word, please repeat?
Yes, if there was an opportunity to model as Erling Haaland, as a lookalike of Erling Haaland, would you do that, or would you think that may affect your modelling career?
Might depend on the money.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Well, actually, I have a lot of projects already, and they all want this attitude. Okay. And I think it's not bad. No. It's not bad because I still have my model work. And I will go this path. But now, why not?
Yeah.
People like it.
Absolutely.
It's so at odds when you look at your Instagram. It's so at odds with the sort of work you've done for, say, Uniqlo and Clarins and all that stuff, which is very kind of glamorous. And then there they are, your kind of weird poses that you've been doing as Erling Haaland on the same thing. Also, there's some pictures of you and your boyfriend. So I'm wondering, what did he make of the Erling Haaland lookalikes?
Well, he found it funny, you know. He does think that I look like him, but of course he tells me that I am beautiful and he loves me. So no problem with this.
Have you been watching the World Cup? Have you seen Norway play?
Yes, of course, I will be watching it tomorrow since, all the hype.
Yeah.
So earlier I wasn't a big fan of football, but now I am, I guess.
Can you play football? Because one option would be to appear as a body double in maybe adverts, in advertisements for Erling Haaland as a body double. I mean, I think obviously you're a slightly different shape to him. He's about 6'4" and a fair bit broader than you, but facially, I think you could do it.
Yeah, I could, but only facially because I don't know how to play football. But I was a professional tennis player, so if Erling wants to play tennis, I'm open for it.
That would be good. Haaland versus Haaland in a game of tennis. That would, that's it.
It's going to happen.
I cannot believe, with the reach you're getting for this, Anastasia, that he is not going to be made aware of it. He's not going to see it, and he's not going to reach out to you. So
going to get in touch.
It can only be a matter of time. So, well, it's great.
I hope so.
And will you be cheering him on tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. I will be even commenting this match a little bit, like for 10 minutes. And then I will be watching it.
And that will be on Instagram, will it?
I guess, yes.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
Okay, lovely. Well, I have to say your English is very good. Thank you very much.
We were in Russia for the World Cup in 2018, and we did discover that most young Russians speak very good English. So you start to learn at a young age, yes?
Yes, of course. I think almost all Russians know English, and the World Cup in Russia was so great. I like to remember this time.
Yeah. Well, look, Anastasia, spasiba. That's about the only bit of Russian I can remember from my time there.
Spasiba.
Good to talk to you, and enjoy the rest of the World Cup, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye. That's Anastasia Kostromatina, who is I mean, if you look at her fashion shoot, she looks nothing like Erling Haaland.
Facially, though, it's amazing.
Yeah, but she has properly embraced it, and well done to her. That's good stuff. Anyway, thank you to Anastasia. I'm wearing the England 66 shirt, which is slightly heavyweight, to which Eddie in Leeds says, you do realise it's 31 degrees out there today. I didn't wear it in, Ed.
Not in here.
I couldn't wear this on the train. So we're air-conned in here, so I changed before I came on here. But thanks for thinking of me, so I don't faint on the train. But yeah, it's not, these sort of old heavyweight shirts are not great for this weather, are they? These old cotton devils, yeah. So where are you going to be? Why might you be struggling with a game tomorrow night? All sorts going on for people. I'm off to see Iron Maiden with some mates at Nebworth. Well, this is from... Did you put his name on?
Football, they don't.
Oh, yeah. Steve Harris is a decent player, isn't he? Big West Ham fan. So I'm sure they'll keep you in touch with a score. He said the curfew is set to end at 10:30. We're really hoping for a long weather delay. So, yeah, that blimey. They're going to need a curfew with Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Steve in Stockport, when he was at the World Cup, said, I got my two lads 2 single scoop ice creams with a flake in New York. Oh, no, this was 3 years ago, he says. $38, including tip.
Blimey.
Yeah.
So I suppose they've got to import the flakes. They don't.
Do you have flakes in America, David?
I don't think they do.
You don't think? Why would they not have flakes in America? It's the country that, I mean...
It's full of flakes, but not the...
I don't know where you get that from, Andy. A flake. Cadbury's chocolate, you mean? I mean, you can probably buy it in one of those shops that just sells English chocolate, which is probably a front for something else. But we won't dwell on that for too long.
Hershey flakes.
Yeah. I won't. Oh, yeah, another Iron Maiden one. This is Rich, who's going to... Well, enjoy. I'm sure they're sensational live, so do enjoy that. So some of the reasons why you might not be able to go and see it, do let us know. talksport.com, text 81089, tweet TSH and J. Apart from the football... tomorrow night, you can watch a bit of boxing. Megan Redstall and Maisie Rose Courtney fight for the vacant WBO International Flyweight title live from Brentwood, Essex. You can join DAZN Ultimate, get 185 plus fight nights and access to 12 plus pay-per-view events every year, including Joshua v. Prenga on the 25th of July at no extra cost.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
I think you're underestimating Bruno Guimaraes. I mean, you can look at the figures and say, yeah, not brilliantly impressive, but every Newcastle fan will tell you he's the heartbeat of their team.
Yeah, that's Newcastle, though, Jeff. Jeff, we're not Newcastle United.
Oh,
right?
Joe, don't be arrogant. Do not be arrogant, pal.
What do you mean not be arrogant? We're Premier League champions.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I don't want him at the club.
Yeah, you're Premier League champions now. You're Premier League champions now. Let's come on in 12 months' time and find out if you're going to say the same thing if you're not Premier League champions then.
Jeff, of course we're Premier League champions. We just won it a few months ago. Come on, Yeah. So you got to give us a bit of time. What I'm saying is, good player, but I don't want him to be the marquee signing. If he is the marquee signing, I'm going to be upset.
Well, I tell you what, Joe, shouldn't you be worried? You're talking about marquee signings. Aren't you concerned about financial fair play, or the equivalent of as it is now? And you busting the rules.
Get rid of everyone you need to get rid of to make it happen. Because if you're spending 60 mil on a player, then that means people need to go as well, right? Get rid of. We've just spoken about Norgard. If you don't like him, get rid of
Trossard,
him.
Gabriel Jesus.
We're hearing Trossard. Get rid of all of them. To be fair, I do like Trossard. And if it was up to me, I'd get rid of Martinelli instead. But get rid of who you need to get rid of. Then we can start talking business. But this better not be the marquee signing.
I do the marquee signing, but I agree that Arsenal need a left winger. Do you know what I mean? Don't spend 80 million on Guimaraes and then you can't afford to go and buy, like, if Barcola's available, for instance, Joel, and he's worth 100. You need a top left winger, don't you, on that side?
100%. And that's what I want to see. I want to see someone. Look, the reality is if Marcus Rashford was available at a good price, I would probably go for him. As long as, it doesn't unbalance the team, because he's a great player.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
Win 26 grand in your hand, courtesy of talkSPORT Win.
Yes, we're building up to England's massive quarter-final tomorrow, and talkSPORT have £26,000 up for grabs. That's like 26 grand in cash, completely tax-free. Is it coming home? Well, it could be for you if you enter. Here's how.
For your chance to win, visit talksportwin.com or text WIN to 83338 by 6 p.m. on the 20th of July 2026. Text us £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or send your name and number by post to Comp1. PO Box 3190, Colchester, CO2 8GP. Arrive by midnight on the 23rd of July 2026. It's 18 plus, UK residents only. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now. It's a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksportwin.com. Good luck.
Indeed. It's Arthur Farry Day at Wimbledon, and we'll be catching up with Lisa O'Sullivan later on. But at Lords, it's history being made.
It is.
It's the first ever women's test match at the home of cricket. I'm surprised it's taken this long, but maybe that's something we'll touch on next. With the cricket presenter and journalist Melinda Farrell. Hi, Mel.
Good morning. Yeah, can you believe it's taken this long? I was here just a few weeks ago for the 150th men's test at Lords, and now we're back for the first women's test, so that puts it in a little bit of context. It's only taken 142 years since test cricket started being played at Lords, and they're finally getting with the times.
Yeah. I take it there's been women's tests at the MCG. Has there in the past?
They did have one in the last Ashes, actually, but that was the first time, I believe they had it there at the MCG. Look, a lot of grounds have been it was slow to come on board, shall we say. I remember the first test match I came to over in England. It was the women's Ashes in 13-14, and that was played at Wormsley, which is a beautiful ground on the Getty Estate north of London. But you know, it's so low key, and it has come a long way. It's still a bit unfortunate in some ways that it still feels like women's Test cricket is a little bit of an exhibition match, if you like, because there are so few of them played, and that women don't play, certainly in England and Australia, they don't play any domestic red ball cricket. So it's a big task, right? They don't bowl with a red ball. They don't bat against a red ball. They don't play for 4 days normally. And then we have a test match and we expect them to you know, be proficient and have a high standard of excellence. So that's always a bit hard. India do actually have a red ball domestic competition. They're one of just 2 countries in the world, with Bangladesh, that have started to say, well, we actually need a little bit more of that. So a lot of focus on them, but hopefully the pitch is good. The weather is obviously very good, and we have something that really turns, you know, people's eyeballs towards what women can do in this format.
With men's Test cricket under threat, I suppose it isn't surprising that there aren't. I mean, white ball is so dominant, isn't it? Especially, I mean, women do play it. They've played at Lords. They play in the 100. They play in the Big Bash, not the Big Bash, the T20 Vitality Blast. So, you know, it's not like they're not used to playing at Lords. No, definitely not. I mean, we just had the ICC Women's World Cup, T20 World Cup final played here, and that's another thing, isn't it? A lot of the England players were playing in that final, you know, just days ago, it seems. And so, you know, it's not ideal the way that it's kind of squeezed in. It's hard to imagine.
It's good you're not crowing, though, Mel. This is your opportunity to start crowing, but you're not doing it.
The Australian women's cricket team is one of the best teams in all of sport.
They're brilliant.
They are genuinely. But I'm a dual citizen. Don't make me pull out both my passports. You know this. I've mentioned this before. But look, hopefully, I'm just hoping that's a really good game, because I have seen it when you've had a cracking women's Test, and all of a sudden people look at it and go, this is actually really good. You know, why don't we do this more?
Women are on the honours board at Lords for white ball cricket, but I mean, what an honour that would be if someone can get a 5 for or 100. To suddenly be there on the Test board would be something else, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was a big deal when they had the last Ashes Test in Australia, when Annabelle Sutherland got herself onto the board, and it was, you know, really made people realise how rare it is. So you can imagine someone like a Tammy Beaumont, who is this is her last international match. She's announced her retirement at the end of this Test. What a way to go out to become, you know, a woman on the honours board. They've had a ceremony this morning. They've actually unveiled 6 portraits in the pavilion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have. So of Enid Bakewell, Mary Duggan, Jan Britton, Belinda Clark, and the best name ever, Myrtle McLagan, who played in the first Test, and also the England World Cup winning team of 1973, because women played the first Cricket World Cup before the men did. They came up with the whole concept, got it together, and so they have led the way in some areas.
It's good that Tammy Beaumont didn't make her retirement announcement on a mobile phone camera in the dressing room. might have been a bit of a problem, that one.
Yes.
I could not handle that twice in the space of a couple of weeks. Honestly, don't do that to me. Yeah. No, she'll get a great reception here, and she became the first English woman to score a double century in Test cricket, and I'm sure she would love nothing better than to go out in style. I was here early this morning, and she was the first one to walk over in the nets in the nursery ground behind us here in the media centre. So very, very keen to, I think, go out on a real high. And she's had a brilliant career. Why shouldn't she?
Play gets underway shortly. England won the toss but decided to have a bowl, Mel. You think that's the right call?
I was a little bit surprised. I thought maybe you might want to get runs on the board. I guess their feeling is, look, if it's going to do anything, the ball, it's going to do it early on in this match, and maybe. But having seen what's happened in even the men's test a couple of weeks ago, that with a bit of variable bounce and it becoming more difficult to bat on as you go on, not wanting to bat last, and they've gone with the seamers, in particular Lauren Filer and Lauren Bell and Issy Wong. They've got some real pace in their attack, and that's possibly the India's biggest vulnerability has been against pace bowling. So that's they want to unleash the beasts of their quick trio early on in this test match here at Lord's.
What kind of crowds are they expecting?
Yeah, I would imagine it'd be pretty good. The weather's lovely, isn't it? It's a bit of history. So is it looking healthy there?
Do you know what? I'm looking across at the pavilion right now, and it looks really, really good. The pavilion's quite full already. They've sold 33,000 tickets so far over the 4 days. So that's a really good effort. I'm desperately hoping that if people are out there listening, if you've got the opportunity to come down, just take it, because it's a rare opportunity. It's sometimes a bit of a different crowd, a really family friendly crowd you find at the women's tests, and it's just such a great occasion. It's a chance to be a part of history. So 33,000 across 4 days so far, doesn't include the walk-ups, and that obviously doesn't include the members as well, and there's quite a few of them opposite me right now.
Brilliant. Enjoy the day, Mel. Good to talk to you as always. Thanks a lot.
Always lovely to talk to you boys. Don't forget that dual citizenship.
No.
Next time you call me up.
See you later. That's Belinda Farrell, a presenter and journalist. You can follow the game. We'll keep you in touch with it. It gets underway in a few minutes' time, but you can follow the game if you're overseas, live ball-by-ball commentary on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel. Still to come this afternoon, a Norwegian publican in North London, or East London, sorry, will be joining us for a chat. Split loyalties, he'll tell us why. Max Rushton's going to pop onto the show, live from Miami.
Breaking news. You can
Brooklyn, he's in Brooklyn, so he's in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not going to Miami. Oh, yeah.
You can buy flex in America.
Good news. That's great news to hear. Alex Brooker's going to give us some of his favourite moments of the tournament. We'll have some clips of the week in the final hour. And, of course, it was Rachel Hayhoe-Flint, the legend that was. Rachel Hayhoe-Flint, that was the captain, I think, of that team in 1973. And it takes me back to a cricket show Andy and I did many years ago, where we asked the question, what do you, if you're an umpire, what do you transfer from one hand to another, from one pocket to another, to mark off the overs to make sure you don't lose count? And most umpires use stones and things like that. They have or just different little items, 6 little items that they transfer from one to the other.
Clicker thing.
A little clickers, yeah, that's for the high-tech guys. But we discovered that Rachel Hayhoe-Flint used threepenny bits, the old, threepenny coin. So we did find ourselves talking about Rachel Hayhoe-Flint's threepenny bits, but not for too long, obviously. It's Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. Some of the reasons why you won't be able to watch tomorrow, you'll be able to listen on talkSPORT, of course, our brilliant team bringing you the game live from Miami. And we'll catch up with Faker others in the England camp and get the latest on Mark Gay and Declan Rice and a few of those issues we seem to have fitness and health-wise a little bit later on in the show.
before I get on to Norway, I have to ask you, because I've seen so many stills, amazing photographs that you are going to have to get framed and put at home. But that moment where Raul Jimenez was going for his overhead kick and you put your head in, there's a brilliant moment in commentary between Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce where Jim said... he almost got his teeth kicked out there. And Stu said something along the lines of, I don't think he'd have cared about that. What was going through your head?
I've played against Jimenez like many times, and I know he always likes an overhead kick if he can set it up. So just when the ball was there, and it's kind of one of them where you're just throwing yourself in front of it, like safely. You can still do it safely, do you know what I mean? I knew I wasn't going to get it right in the face, but as I said, it was... at that point, it's just you're giving everything for the team, and you know how hard they've worked, so you're just wanting to show your part. So yeah, I made a nice little highlight. Yeah,
and you talked about the specialism and why Thomas Tuchel's brought you in. Jeff Stelling has also said he thinks you should start against Norway because of what you've done against Erling Haaland in the past. I think he's only scored 1 goal past you. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, 1 goal. I do enjoy playing against Erling purely just from a physical point of view. Like I quite like that sort of physical battle, and I get on well with him on the pitch. Like we do get on quite well, although you'd have to ask him if he thinks the same thing. But yeah, like if I'm asked to do that, I'd be more than ready and more than happy to do that. But obviously I also know that we've got sort of 4 other centre halves who are also top quality players and have played this whole tournament because of that too. So
I've seen a picture of you both grappling and it didn't look like you were friends. I'm not going to...
Yeah, I was going to say it might be different between England and Norway, but between Newcastle and City, it wasn't maybe as fierce as this could be.
Yes, we'll be crossing to East London to chat to a Norwegian publican and see how he's gearing up for tonight's game. But first, Nick Ellaby has the sports headlines.
Talk Sport.
Thanks, Paul. Good morning. We're told Erling Haaland will be rubbing his hands together as England's selection issues mount up.
John Stones might have to come in alongside. Well, that's the problem there. We've got alongside who? Because obviously we've got a major issue at right back. You know, the talk maybe Reece James might be available, but I think that's very, very doubtful.
Former England right-back Danny Mills there, as Mark Gay's tight hamstring could rule him out the Norway game. Jarell Quansah's suspension has been extended to 2 games, and Declan Rice has stomach problems. He should be okay, though. England versus Norway is live on talkSPORT tomorrow night. Didier Deschamps calls the 2-0 win over Morocco confirmation of France's quality, but are his side better than the 1998 one? French football expert Julien Laurence.
The next few years are bright for sure, but I think for this one to be better than the ones before, 2018, 98, again, the 80s, etc., they will have to go and win this.
England's cricketers have now officially been given a midnight curfew and told not to drink even the night after games. It's after Ben Stokes and Gus Atkinson were suspended following an incident in a nightclub this summer. The ECB have also told players to tell management if they go out after 10 p.m. On breakfast, Sean Dyche told Shabana Hearn they're being treated like kids.
Goodness me.
Imagine that. What's
He
that?
popped out for a walk, you know, just because you're bored, you've got cabin fever sitting in a hotel room, and you go, just pop out for a walk on boiling hot night, like it has been. And you haven't, and then you get a fine. You get a fine for going out. Ugh.
And England's women have won the toss. They're bowling first against India in the first ever women's test at Lord's. Lauren Bell opening up. Only took them 142 years to put it on. Overseas listeners can get commentary on talkSPORT's cricket YouTube channel.
talkSPORT News.
Nigel Farage has exclusively told Talk he's facing the anti-Trump playbook amid scrutiny over his finances. And 4 Brits are thought to be among at least 11 people killed in a wildfire in southern Spain. Emma has more in half an hour.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Heatwave outside, oven inside. Stay cool this summer with a free aircon check. Book online or visit your local QuickFit today.
Hot and sunny for most of us. Showery rain, though, in northern Scotland. That may turn thundery later.
Good morning, it's Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT, building up to England-Norway tomorrow. Of course, we're all very much looking forward to it. It's live on talkSPORT. We'll do that with our own Max Rushton, with Alex Brooker, who's joining us. He'll also reflect on some of his favourite moments since we last chatted to him a couple of weeks back. Faye Crothers in the England camp. Steve Bruce joins us, the former Newcastle manager and Manchester United title winner, to give us his considered opinion on how England should go about their business. And Egil Johansson is the owner of a pub in East London, obviously Norwegian, and he admits to split loyalties because of the club he supports, and he'll be telling us a bit more about that later on. But before all of that, in the world of MotoGP, now the big race this weekend alights Germany with Silverstone, the British Grand Prix, just around the corner. Joining us once again, he is now the CEO of Red Bull KTM Tech 3 in MotoGP. We know him from Drive to Survive and his role as team principal of Haas. It's Gunter Steiner. Hi, Gunter.
Hello to everyone. How are we doing?
Yes, well, yes. I'm sure that they hope you'd arrive in Germany with Germany still in the World Cup, but it wasn't to be, Gunter.
No, it wasn't to be, no. And that for a lot of people came to watch the MotoGP race. You know, they have nothing to root for their football team, so they need to come here. And there are plenty of them here. And I hope there are plenty of them in Silverstone in a few weeks.
Yeah, that's right. So how's your team faring since I think we spoke a couple of weeks back? How's life been for you since then?
Not too bad, I would say. Last race we finished in P6, which is it was the best KTM out there, so pretty good. No, everything is going to plan. Obviously, we have this year to build up because we just took over as an investor group beginning of this year. So is to plan. The second bike, we still struggle a little bit with Maverick, which is still recovering from his injuries, which he had last year and kept on getting more of them. So hopefully he's back, as you would say, in the saddle this weekend and brings us some good points as well.
Good stuff. And say Silverstone, as we said, just around the corner. Is there a lot of excitement for that? You're expecting big crowds?
Yeah, no, lots of excitement. Hopefully we get big crowds. I mean, I was there last weekend for the F1 race. There was definitely a big crowd for that one. So hopefully some of the people come back in a few weeks, beginning of August, to watch MotoGP, which is as interesting. So World Cup will be over by then, so people have got time, you know. So we all welcome them.
Here we are with another heat wave again. I mean, what's it like where you are over there?
It's actually not too bad. I wouldn't call it cold here, but we are under 30. So the prediction is a high of 27, 28, which is very comfortable, you know. So, no, it's very good here. I mean, I'm enjoying it in the night. It's cooling off as well, which is most important.
We always like to ask you a question about your old world in F1. Max Verstappen sort of been in the news. How do you kind of view his future? He's still cutting a pretty frustrated figure, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a little bit frustrated because obviously he's not winning, and yet again an issue last weekend, you know, which doesn't make him happy. You know, he crashed because of that one. So, but at the end, I think it's just like he needs to give, in my opinion, Red Bull a little bit of time to regroup themselves and get back better. I mean, the car is not really bad, but it's very difficult in the moment to challenge Mercedes and Ferrari. Ferrari has come back with Lewis very strongly.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll let you get back to work, Gunter. Thank you for joining us as always. Have a good day.
Thank you. Same to you guys. Thank you.
Gunter Steiner there, who is the CEO of Red Bull KTM Tech 3 in the world of MotoGP. Just to let you know that you can get your tickets, of course, for Silverstone. They're looking for big crowds. I'm sure there will be. 7th to 9th of August. Get the tickets on the MotoGP site. All the information is there. A chance to witness the speed of Silverstone and a bit of top MotoGP as well. Andy, you're pointing at the screen. We have got a wicket.
We have, yes.
That's a very early breakthrough, isn't it?
Yeah, Lauren Filer with a bit of extra bounce.
A good ball?
Yeah, very good ball. Caught behind. So they're 4-4 India.
Wow. Okay, well, early justification of winning the toss and having a bowl, which is always contentious. So, good news. Just let you know that Natalie Sawyer's in Boston with Mark McGee and Joe Shannon. Brand new episode of the World Cup Daily, reflecting on France and Morocco. And also we'll be chatting, of course, about England-Norway as well and how to stop Haaland. That's the World Cup Daily, available on all podcast platforms now. Andy, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, right.
You got a little window.
I have. Well, we didn't mention Roberto Martinez. You spotted this, his numerology theory.
Yeah.
which I thought was absolutely amazing that a professional person in football could come up with this.
Yeah, I don't think I
Here
kept
it is.
Oh, you found it? Okay.
I strongly believe in numerology, and the number 6 is good luck. In 2016, well, I suppose we've got a 6 in it, we won the Euros.
Yeah.
Then we got knocked out on the 6th of July with a goal from Marino, who wears the number 6. That's brilliant, isn't it? Is that the 6th time you've lost your job?
Doesn't always work like that, does it?
Not
Currently in Cyprus, listening to talkSPORT by the pool, listening to the build-up to tomorrow's quarter-final, praying for a delayed return flight home of around 3 hours so I can watch the game. Our flight home scheduled to depart 1 minute before kick-off. Come on, Jet 2. Let's have a problem or two. You don't want to wish that on yourself, Harlan. The Arsenal fan there. Hope you're having a good holiday. What about this? On Saturday night, the Undertones and the Sex Pistols are playing live at the Peace Hall in Halifax. A stunning venue. He says the organisers have very thoughtfully brought the start time forward by 45 minutes, so the band's finished before 10 o'clock. But then they're playing the match live on a massive screen for anybody that fancies staying. That's good business, isn't it? Magic
good,
Bob in Halifax. That's the way to do it. Embrace it. If you are a comedian, you do it. I think Charlie is doing the Comedy Store tomorrow night.
Oh, right.
But I think he was going to do 2 shows, but I think they've cancelled the second show simply because so many people are going to be watching the football. A lot of people fishing among the listeners.
That's great for talkSPORT's radio coverage, isn't it?
I'm fishing all weekend, says Simon Haddock. I don't know what he's
Nominative determined.
fishing for. My data has run out on my phone. Hopefully I'll get a big carp or 2, he says. Thank you very much, Simon. Oslo train station, bought 2 ice creams, no flakes, 21 quid. It is Tony that's from. It is quite expensive.
Norway's quite an expensive.
It is quite expensive.
I love this piece by Clemmy Moody there. She says, fair play to this...
From the Sun columnist. Yeah. Sorry.
Fair play, excellent columnist, I think. Yeah. Fair play to this current bunch. It's not nearly
Blimey. Yes, no, you didn't. You said current bunch, you said. For those on medium wave. Keep going.
Of 3 Lions.
Yes.
Previous England squads, safer ground there, who have played like they've had guns to their heads, are clearly a talented bunch with an unbreakable bond. Win or lose, it's this spirit which makes 2026 England so brilliant. Cut to Monday when we've lost.
Yes, well, come on, Andy, let's be positive.
I bet you won't be saying that then.
The Monday when we've won, and we're looking forward to a semi-final. Glenn the Happy Hammer said, my Russian wife is flying back to see her family via Turkey. The flight leaves at 20 past midnight on Sunday. I've told her that she needs to be at Stansted by 8 p.m. to check in. Nice 4-hour and 20-minute check-in there, Glenn. Cool. Enough time to get me back for pre-match and the game on Saturday. Oh, you're all heart, aren't you, Glenn? A very emotional goodbye when she leaves. Yeah, all right, yeah, bye. See you next week. Say hello to your mum for me. I'll be flying to Spain while the game is on. Flights were booked long before this game became a possibility. Hopefully it's delayed slightly and I'll catch most of the game when I land, said Chris, the Spurs fan in Maidstone. The thing we've been told by, and we'll ask him again because obviously weather moves at a brisk pace, we'll find out whether there's still a possibility that the game could be interrupted as opposed to delayed. So it might get underway.
Honestly, that's the worst thing.
So it's possible there could be a storm, Stephen told us.
The other thing is you don't know exactly when it's going to restart. So you can't even sort of go to bed or do something. It's really bad when that happened last year.
We'll get the latest on whether that's still a possibility. But Alex Brooker joining us next. Some of his favourite moments of the World Cup. We've been doing sterling work on how to win the World Cup, our podcast. And then Max Rushton joining us for a chat. He's currently in Brooklyn. That's all to come. We're here with Selco Builders Warehouses, where the trade go.
Expected, okay, we need to beat Croatia by 3 goals, we need to go and beat Ghana by 3, and then we should beat Panama by 5, we should beat Congo by 5. What's it like in a tournament? It's not always the case, is it?
No, definitely not. You know, it's funny when I see, the betting, things, before the game, and I'm thinking this is not what we expect, on the pitch. I know that England are favorite against Norway, but when you look at Norway, they look really, really strong, as a unit, as a team. Of course, they have weakness, but England must be aware that if they don't get the position of the ball in this game, and this is where I agree with Troy Deeney, for example. I think with the player they have, England, they should be more confident with the ball. They should show more commitment with the ball, and composure as well. And this is where, something is missing.
Yeah. Well, we shall see if we can show that. I mean, if you look, on paper.
I'm just sorry to disturb you, Jeff, but for this game, England against Norway, I'm just wondering, if Norway get the ball, is it what England wants into this game? Waiting, sit back, trying to play in counter-attack, or try to get the ball, the position of the ball, and try to conduct and manage, this game. So this is, for me, one of the key of this game. Yeah. Are you going to react with the ball and without the ball?
I mean, it's interesting because Norway had a lot more possession of the ball against Brazil than most people had imagined they would do.
Although the tactics of Ancelotti, though, did he say leave them with it?
Yeah.
I don't think we should do that. I think we should go after them. I really do.
Yeah, pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Text from Ryan. He said, Bellingham's been very good, but I think Arsenal's Morgan Rogers should get a chance in the next game. Ryan, dream on.
130 million, please.
Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes is going there.
Cash.
Just don't see.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Nearly 11 for 2 for England's women at Lords in that historic first test there against India, but it was they reviewed an LBW, Andy, and it wasn't in the stumps, but it was umpire's call.
Umpire's call. Bit of a strange idea.
Bit of a shame.
Cool. Either it's out or it isn't, I think, but there you go.
Yeah, England's women playing their first ever test at Lords, and we'll keep an eye on that. It's live ball by ball over on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel if you're overseas. Anyway, back to the World Cup. Delighted once again, it's been a couple of weeks since we spoke to last leg presenter and of the How to Win the World Cup podcast. Alex Brooker joins us. Hi, Alex.
Morning, fellas. How are you?
Yeah, we're good, thank you. Earlier on in the tournament, you had a Mexico shirt on, so I hope you'd have a Norway shirt on today to bop them as well. Are you still going Mexico?
It's still Mexico.
I've been to the gym. This is my little training top.
We thought we'd get some of your favourite moments. One of them is Mexico related, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, obviously the performance from England the other night in the Azteca was incredible. But after it, the next day we're all tired, but the Mexico manager, Javier Aguirre, with Anthony Gordon, can't repeat on air what he says to him, but it's the most joyous use of that phrase I think I have ever seen.
Yes.
Big smile on his face, isn't it?
It's the laugh afterwards, and it just comes from nowhere. I don't even know why he says it.
Yeah.
It's kind of the random nature of it. And Javier Aguirre, his face, and the fact that Gordon laughs at it as well, it just comes from nowhere. And I must say, the clip's gone massively viral, but I must have watched it this week at least 20 times. I just watch it every now and again just to cheer myself up.
Yeah. He just got on a bit of a run down the wing, so maybe he was like...
Something to do with the fact that Gordon's gone to Barcelona.
And he's a Madrid fan.
He's a Real Madrid fan, so he's talking about, I think that's good.
And then he asked Jude, can I have your shirt? Can you sign a shirt for my daughter, didn't he?
I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? Think about that kind of the pressure that was in that game. Watching it, the pressure we all felt. So God knows how the players from both sides felt, and just for that to be in the middle of it, I just loved it so much.
Maybe he's trying to get inside their heads, Alex, because I remember Nick Hancock, comedian, telling me years ago the toughest heckle was the positive heckle. We did a gig and there was a bloke saying, "That's a nice shirt." He said you got nowhere to go with it. So suddenly, if you just throw someone a mental curveball, like swear at them or say, "Oh, can you sign a shirt for my daughter?"
With a smile on your face.
Just puts them off slightly, doesn't it?
There's something kind of slightly unnerving when you get a compliment, isn't there? You never quite know how to take it.
Now, one of your other favourite moments involved John Stones, and he's been chatting to the Lion's Den, the England YouTube show, him and Elliot Anderson, about that moment in the dressing room where Declan Rice brought to Thomas Tuchel's attention that Stones had a bit of a shoulder injury. Let's see what they had to say.
John, we have to go straight in. I have to ask, how's the shoulder, man? Everything all right?
No, it's feeling better now. It's feeling better. It has its ups and downs.
What did Thomas say when you hugged you? Did he actually feel like, he's injured?
Yeah, I think he did, didn't he? Yeah. We were just saying before, like, his reaction.
He had his hands on his head. He was like this. He's like, not another one.
Yeah. I tried to keep a straight face as I was doing it because I saw he's thinking, has he actually hurt himself? Especially after what Hendo had just done outside and...
Yeah. We've already seen him do it though, so we all knew what was coming. But he didn't.
No, so
it was top.
It was good. It was good vibes in there for everyone.
It was a funny moment, wasn't it, Alex?
It was wonderful, but I also thought that, bear in mind, only kind of probably 20 minutes earlier, you've just seen one of the players break his arm, jumping over a hoarding. I love the style of it, but it's a risk, isn't it, with the manager panicking. One of the players has got injured. But Tuchel's face, the turnaround,
it's brilliant, isn't it?
I loved it. And I love the fact that the joyousness, again, when we're dancing with all the players after he notices the timing of it is wonderful. And Tuchel getting in, obviously, there's a good atmosphere in that dressing room, isn't there? Especially after that result, and rightly so. The way they played, and hopefully we'll get another one tomorrow.
We did like Thomas's boppy dance moves. I mean, I think he's watched a lot of James Last concerts on German TV over the years, really.
He had a good old dance over there. But I've just seen, I didn't realise that Mark Gahey might be genuinely injured.
Yeah, that's a concern. He's got a bit of a knock. We're going to have a chat with Faye Carruthers later on. I mean, all players, Declan Rice has been playing with a knock. Most players tell you that they play in some kind of pain. We don't quite know how bad it is. And
also, Dan Burn might be the man for the occasion.
Yeah.
He was so good when he came on, wasn't he? So didn't you think that on the other night that just so many of the players when they came on, I wasn't quite sure because it felt like, right, we are really going to sit back now. But just everyone did such a great job. Even like Jed Spence has come in for it, hasn't he? He was in the team and he was out of the team and he's been criticised a bit. And I just thought, like Dan Burn, I've never seen somebody head a ball all the way to the halfway line.
It's incredible, isn't it? You're right.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we feeling overconfident? I just think we are. I think we are. They've got good players, but I think we've got better players.
I think it's going to be a very tight game.
It could go all the way. This could be pens. Because how often do we play Scandi teams? It's always when we play Denmark or Norway or Sweden. It's always 1-1, isn't it?
It's always tight, and obviously, like everyone will have mentioned already, the big worry is Haaland because he can just. It's like look at the game against Brazil. I mean, that first half he's nowhere near that game. Yet both. I mean, he gets the 2 goals, and especially the first one. I mean, that's the concern, isn't it, with England, with the kind of if there are changes in defence and stuff like that. And you look at Haaland the other day, and Gabriel's probably been one of the best defenders in the Premier League last season, he'd still got the better of him. And given their rivalry at club level, Gabriel won't have liked that. And the way he took the second goal the other night was like he wasn't even fussed. It was just, he's like, you know what, actually, I might have a little, I'll go and score from here now.
That's
And
part
just
of
finish it off.
his strength.
He doesn't do it a lot, though. He doesn't score a lot of goals outside the box, does he, really?
No,
It was
but
quite
his
rare.
mental
He's
strength
getting
is
his eye
amazing.
in.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Conser's record we read today against him in recent games has been very good. He's had sort of shutouts.
Gay is the one that's got the worst record against him.
Yeah.
7 goals conceded, I think.
And I also saw that I think Dan Burns got a half decent record against him as well. So look, they're good omens. Norway, obviously they got Odegaard, and I think the guy Noosa as well on the wings. I think he's been really good for them. He's been dangerous. But Haaland's the one. And look, we have got better players across the board, but I think there's no way. Obviously, it's not going to be easy, but I think that we were right, especially after just the manner of the performance I felt the other night, that it just gives you a bit of confidence, and it should give the players confidence because they really dug in the Azteca, and it was wonderful.
I was thinking that if Norway do win the World Cup, Haaland would be a shoo-in for the Ballon d'Or, wouldn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. Although he didn't win the title this year, did he?
No.
Domestically. Well, I can't remember who did. I've shut it out of my mind.
You know what, Paul? If you'd have said to me, like, it's a couple of weeks since I spoke to you, and the fact the Spurs have spent about 200 million since, I think there was a time when you said there would have been more chance of my leg growing back in the Spurs place, and that sort of money. It's incredible.
We've gone nuts. I was watching Zico the other night for Egypt, and he plays for a team called Pyramids, who I imagine we'd probably get him for about $5,000, but it wouldn't stop Tottenham off. Tottenham will offer 70 million for him. They've become like loads of money, haven't they? Yeah. It is very odd. I'm looking for good omens. Reece James looks like he could be fit. The word is he's looking fitter. You're still sceptical, Andy? They're saying he's fitter.
Bet he doesn't play.
He's got a racer. He's got a horse. That's one for the teenagers. He has got a horse, and it won at Newmarket yesterday in a £40,000 race. Skomesa Sakura came in a £40,000 race at Newmarket. He has shares in horses, and they say this one has a bright future. So if his horse is winning, it can only be good, Alex.
Only good, and look, obviously it'd be good to have him fit. But if he's not quite there yet, I wouldn't be so sure if we'll see him.
No. Well, look, enjoy the game. Good to talk to you. We'll catch up with you again, I'm sure. Thanks very much.
Yeah, can't wait to chat to you soon, boys.
All the
Take
best.
care.
Cheers, Alex. That's Alex Brooker there. You can listen to his fine work on how to win the World Cup, the podcast with Matt Ford and lots of top guests, footballing and otherwise. And, of course, I'm sure the last leg will be back before too long. And still to come today, Max Rushton's going to join us for a chat live from Brooklyn. We'll get all the latest odds from BetMGM. And Egil Johansson will join us for a chat as well. He's the owner of the Kensington Pub in East London in Hackney. He is obviously Norwegian, as the name suggests. So, but he's also a Tottenham fan, so has a bit of a liking for Harry Kane. So who's he going to be rooting for? I think we probably know. We'll find out a little bit later on this half hour.
Are France that good, or have they been tested yet?
I think probably a little bit of both. I think they are that good. I think they are, because they showed second half what they can do in tight spaces and there. But I think there needs to be a moment where they will inevitably come up, probably against Spain, hopefully against England, where with their teams, more danger lies ahead. But they kind of, I think it was quite simple for France.
Mate, they're coasting to the semi-final of the World Cup.
Yeah. Well, they're a good side though. They're a good side. They've got the best player in the world.
Do you know what I like about France? And it's a bit of a throwback. The forwards, when they get the ball,
You see a lot of players, number 10s or midfielders, they'll get it and they'll pass it out wide and they'll come back and they'll go out the other side and then you might try and get to the byline. When France win the ball, they stick it into the front three or front four and they run at you, like through the middle of the park. And they just drive with the ball, a bit like what Gaza used to do. And then the game just opens up. And you're looking at it going, as a defender, I'm watching the Moroccans, they're going, how do you defend that? Well, you've got 3 people running off the ball, and then you've got the player with the ball running at you, straight at you. The second goal they score is just like them just going, well, I'm just going to run through you.
Well, it was 2-0.
Hard to defend again.
It could have been 4 if Mbappe scores that. JP had a chance at the end there, and brilliant, gets on his left foot and then scuffs his shot. And in the end, it was comfortable for France. They really didn't break a sweat. I don't remember their keeper having anything to do at all. There might have been a couple of crosses. I don't remember it. But, yeah, they're that good, mate. And I think they've got a little bit of a fear factor about them because everyone knows how good they are going forward. You cannot allow their 2 wide men to run at your fullback 1v1. You can't allow Elise to get on the turn, even in tight areas.
One of the beautiful things about the World Cup is when someone just takes the tournament by storm. Some obvious names pop up, like James Rodriguez. Back in the 90s, there was Salvatore Schillaci. 6 of his 7 career goals for Italy came at Italia 90 as he carried the Azzurri to a 4th-place finish at home. That was the tournament we saw a 38-year-old Roger Miller go from Cameroonian squad player to dancing by the corner flag. And of course, in 98, Michael Owen, who the rest of the world hadn't really heard of before he made some Argentinian greats look like school children. And thinking about Liverpool, they probably wish the 2002 World Cup never happened, because they signed this guy off the back of his performances in Japan and South Korea. They could have had him instead, and Steven Gerrard's still crying. No player's ever taken a tournament by storm quite like Paolo Rossi, though. He served a 2-year match-fixing ban before the 1982 World Cup and did absolutely nothing in the group stage. But then, an explosion of goals. A hat-trick against Brazil, 2 in the semis against Poland, 1 in the final against West Germany. Italy won the World Cup thanks to him. He also took home the Golden Ball and the Golden Boot. He's the only player to ever win all 3 in the same tournament. The World Cup is full of fairy tales, but none compare to Rossi's 82.
It's showtime on talkSPORT with BetMGM. We're ready for the action. Are you? Visit betmgm.co.uk or download the app. 18 plus. Gambleaware.org.
Yes, time then to get all the latest odds with BetMGM. Dan Taus from BetMGM joins us. Hi, Dan.
Morning, gents. You okay?
Yeah, not so bad, thank you. I think we expected a better spectacle last night, but France got the job done. I doubt there were too many people in play, certainly maybe even after the first goal, certainly after the second, who thought, yeah, I can see Morocco getting back into this.
Yeah. No, I think you used the words earlier, Morocco didn't lay a glove on France, and you're 100% right. I thought post the penalty, it might have kicked them on a little bit and re-energised them somewhat, but it never came to pass. And I don't know if you noticed, they tried a couple of tricks when they came out for the second half, a little bit later than the French did. That's in the heat, but that didn't seem to work. And as you said, as soon as Mbappe scored, there was only going to be one winner. They were the second favourites going into the game, but I think we all hoped for a little bit more. France actually more dominant than 4 years ago. We thought that Morocco might put a bit up more of a fight, but they didn't. France still look good, don't they? And they're now the 6-4 favourites to lift the trophy next Sunday in New York.
Is that shortened after last night?
Yeah, they were 7-4 going into the game. I think we all expected France to win, but like you said, I thought it might be a little bit closer than the game panned out to be.
So, tonight's game, we were asking Andy Brassel where Belgium can get at Spain. Spain have been a bit boring. I think we'd all agree with that, but effective and ruthless. So what of tonight? Most punters are expecting Spain to win, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just going to touch on all the quarters, if that's okay, Andy. I mean, looking at Spain, I know we're all obsessed with France and Argentina, and obviously been talking about England a lot, but I wonder if Spain are going under the radar a little bit. Their win over Portugal was their 6th consecutive clean sheet, and they're unbeaten 90 minutes in the last 36 games. I know we're underwhelmed against their opening fixture against Cape Verde, but look what they went and did against Argentina. Belgium, on the other hand, 4th time they've made the quarterfinals. In the last 3 matches, they've scored 9 goals. Well, they might not be the team of old, but they've still got some decent players, with likes of Trossard, De Bruyne, and Lukaku coming off the bench. Spain are odds on at 16-25. The draw is just shy of 3-1, and Belgium nearly 4-1. Post England, we have Argentina versus Switzerland. South Americans never lost to the Swiss in 7 meetings, and again, Argentina are odds on, as they have been for the last couple of games. But those 2 games previously have been a little bit harder than they and we expected them to be. So I don't expect them to not go through against the Swiss, but it might be a little bit closer than the odds suggest. Like I said, Argentina are odds on. The Swiss are nearly 5-1, but the main one for us is England, 10 p.m. Saturday. Reached quarterfinals 10 times in our history, and I was sat with you last week when we were in the studio and we talked about the negatives as to why we couldn't beat Mexico and altitude trainers, etc., coming on the show. But I think that the mindset has changed, and whilst I think Norway are a decent, well set up side, I'm definitely more confident I was going into the Mexican game. Neither side played in Miami yet. Temperatures may be a factor, but I think, like I said, I think we've got a little bit more. There is a slight worry about yellow cards. We've got 4 players on the yellow with Bellingham, Kane, Rice and Nico O'Reilly, and if the market's correct and Argentina get through, then when we face Lionel Messi and co in the semi-finals, we'll need everyone available, especially as we already know about the suspension to Joao Consa. Norway around 3-1, the draw's at 5-2, England the 4-5 favourites, and just when you're on with Alex Brooker, you thought it could go to penalties. England to win on penalties, 10-1.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't sound a bad bet.
Not a bad bet. I think the thing with Spain is because they have to play France. That's why people aren't really going for them, because I think people think France will beat them. You know, it'll be close. Yeah, but I
will.
Argentina, Switzerland in the early hours of Sunday morning. Anybody fancy the Swiss? What are they?
No,
what odds?
But then I don't think anyone fancy Cape Verde or Egypt. So, no. So I think I don't know what you guys think about the Argentinian side. They've obviously got some decent players. They've obviously got the majestic Lionel Messi, but are they as good as everyone thinks they are?
We'll put it this way: if Messi got injured, they wouldn't win it.
No, that's true. I mean, in the old days, you could kick a player out the match. They were, good times. Can't do that anymore. Can't do that anymore.
No, I think we tried to kick Maradona out of the match in 1986.
Yeah, couldn't get close enough, could we? No,
exactly. So, yeah, I mean, if you look at the outrights now, your France favours 6-4, Argentina 9-2, the same as England 9-2, and the same as Spain. Norway, Belgium, and Switzerland, the outsiders from 14-1 all the way to 33s.
Brilliant. Just quick one on, it's Arthur Ferry Day, of course.
It is.
I mean, it is. So I get a bit of patriotic money, but realistically, can he do it?
Yeah, on paper, no. As you said, the adopted British player, should we say, Arthur Ferry, both his parents from France. He's taken on the second seed, Alexander Zverev.
His nickname is Cross Channel. As Lisa O'Sullivan told us, because he brought up and lived here from the age of 2, but his parents are French, so he is cross-channel Ferry, according to. Anyway, sorry, Dan, keep going.
No, it's all good. I mean, I remember growing up in the days when we all got excited for Jeremy Bates to reach the second week. Yeah. Then we flirted with Grand Slams like Tim Henman and Greg Rosetsky, but Ferry now aims to be the second British player since Andy Murray to reach the singles final. His opponent from Germany is looking to win his second Grand Slam title. He is the 2-15 favourite to end Ferry's run. The other semi, we see a repeat of last year's final where Sinner won in 3 sets against Djokovic. Djokovic, amazing player, 7-time Wimbledon champion, but it's the Italian who leads 6-5 in the head-to-heads. And like Zverev in the other game, he's shorts on favourite to win at 1-5. Djokovic at 19-5.
Excellent. Dan, good to talk to you. Enjoy the game tomorrow night. Thanks very much.
Thanks, gents.
Dan Towse from BetMGM. That's all the latest odds. So you can visit betmgm.co.uk or you can download the app. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
I'm serious.
Andy has drawn a picture of Dan. It's not bad. We'll see what Dan makes of it. He's drawn as well. He sketches them. He sketches them as we chat to them down the line. It's Alex and everybody and Sean and there Dan, all the guys from BetMGM. I'm sure they maybe have a little gallery in the office. You can get those blown up for the boys. Anyway, that was our look at all the odds with BetMGM.
It's showtime on talkSPORT with BetMGM. Keep things golden with responsible play at betmgm.co.uk. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Now, if he wasn't in Brooklyn today and at Wimbledon, he'd be the bloke during the Arthur Ferry game shouting, "Come on, Tim."
He would.
It could only be Max Rushton. Are you, Max?
Yeah, I'm here for my portrait. So if I sit still, Andy, is that
yeah?
okay?
That's not a little bit of microphone in the foreground.
Is that a good angle for you?
Oh, is that your phone going off? Is it? What's happening there, Andy?
What's happening, Andy? Who's calling? It's me calling just to say I love the show.
Yeah.
I'm just pranking.
That's my ringtone.
Do you know I love a prank, Paul?
Who's calling you? Who's calling you,
It's
Andy?
the Framers.
Oh, what? That be the indie band?
No, I'm having some artwork.
Tonight's session.
I'm having some artwork framed, love.
He's having his he's having his own artwork framed.
His own artwork.
His own artwork. There's a big picture of all the BetMGM guys.
I remember interviewing the Framers on Soccer AM. They weren't.
Yeah, they were
one
good.
of those indie bands that didn't talk too much. The guy on the end who said he was an Everton fan.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Welcome to
Shoegazers. Bass up.
I'm
bass
walking
up there.
here.
They're playing the bass
I'm in
up there.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, I saw you cycling across Brooklyn Bridge.
I'm not. I think you say cycling, not cycling from the West Coast.
Cycling over Brooklyn Beckham.
Yeah. Have you got Barry on a bike yet?
Do you know what? I did see him toddling off to an establishment. That makes it sound worse than it is.
Yeah.
Just a pub. On a Lime bike in Los Angeles. I haven't seen him.
He's fitter than you now, though, isn't he? Marathon runner.
Well,
I wouldn't say that really.
Listen, I'm not here to make those kind of judgments, Paul. I would say, but I'd feel quietly confident in any kind of physical contest.
I wish he'd stop being so relentlessly cheerful in your diaries.
Yeah,
tremendous.
Yeah, well, I think. Look, we're now in separate rooms. We were in an apartment.
Oh,
we were in an apartment together in LA.
There's your sitcom pilot.
It was a bit.
And I think it's probably good for everyone that we have different rooms in New York. Yeah. And I don't know what room he's in. So
imagine he's quite a messy man to share. I imagine there's lots of kind of, you find sort of socks under your pillow, his socks under your pillow.
No, he's sort of fastidiously annoying.
Oh, okay.
That's not tidy or clean, just annoying. But I think the feeling's entirely mutual. I know you've done tours together and you seem to have survived. So
we've only shared a room once on a sort of Avalon years ago in Cyprus. They've always given us our own room. Surprisingly.
Right. Well, we had our own rooms.
You want to have a word with the Guardian? Get a bit more money out of them.
we had our own rooms, but there was a communal area, and so the one time I got most of it was the third night at 1 a.m. when he woke me up eating Doritos outside my bedroom. I was like, "Could you possibly do that in your bedroom, not in the kitchen?" And he was like, "I'm in the communal area." It's hard to argue with that kind of logic, isn't it?
Let me give you a
1 in the morning.
I must give you a fearsome image from the Brazil World Cup, where in the other flat, not the flat we were in, but the other flat we had on Copacabana. The Moose's bedroom was across.
Oh, God.
The Moose's bedroom was across from where the bathroom was. And there were a couple of occasions where Moose basically forgot to take his towel from his bedroom to the bathroom and had to make that journey across the living room space. And the phrase they used at the time, Denny, our now controller, said cupping himself. Was seen cupping himself as he ran across in front of the screen during a World Cup match. That's it's a horrible image, isn't it?
It's a terrible image, but also a new Olympic sport for wherever the next Olympics is.
Cupping.
2027.
Moose cupping.
Moose is represented. Not just specifically moose cupping.
No,
anyway, yes, Paul. Please, fire away.
I was just going to say that I'm very much enjoying Mrs. Rushton's tips. It's a very sweet thing that you do with your wife.
Yeah.
She doesn't know anything about football whatsoever, but you get her to sort of predict the day's outcomes and then give you a bit of domestic news about play areas.
Yeah.
Well, she thinks Haaland might score for England in the Norway game, so that is good. And and the three footballers she's heard of are Messi, Rodrigo, and Robert Snodgrass. And I don't know really.
I think the ship has sailed for Robert Snodgrass at this World Cup, hasn't it? Unfortunately,
He's not had his best tournament, but look, he'll go again.
Yeah,
in 4 years' time.
I'd like to think he will. So, where are you going to watch tomorrow? Have you decided?
Well, that is a good question because we have to record straight after. So we're sort of, if anybody is listening, it has a really big house in Brooklyn Heights with a flat screen TV. Otherwise, we'll be in a sports bar, and it's quite hard in a sports bar. And also, you have the Fox coverage, which is just adverts of David Beckham and Christian Pulisic at any possible minute.
Oh, really?
So that can get quite wearing. But I imagine we'll be in a bar. John Bruin's joined us as well, so there's a bit of distance between. I can't sit next to Barry during an England game. And he sits with his arms folded. The DR Congo game, he said nothing.
For England to lose, isn't it? It's so ridiculous.
Nothing would make him. He can't relax until England are out. And every major tournament, he has the last laugh. But until it happens, the moment in the DR Congo game, he said nothing until Wissa hit the post, and then he let out this extraordinary expletive, just like this. Absolutely, now this man has been silent for 75 minutes. But look, he's got to see England go out of every tournament since I think 2018. We've been doing the pod together, so it's now. You know, he deserves his time. For me, he river danced in my face once. 2018, he river danced.
What a thought.
I know.
Why you tuck fivers down the front of his underpants? I take it.
Yes, he was. Well, he was the Irish representative for cupping, of course. So, and he got bronze.
You're back tomorrow with Charlie, aren't you?
Yeah, we have to be honest with the listeners. The main reason for doing this is to check, can you hear me? Does this sound okay?
This is a line check. No, you sound good. You sound good.
Yeah. It's just a line check. It's a line check, Andy. I wasn't coming here to say anything. You know, you got Faye to say whether Mark, I don't know who's going to be right back. Maybe it'll be Count Binface. You know, I don't know. Faye or others can tell you that. Can you hear me? I can hear you great. You can hear me great.
Can you hear me is very much a Norwegian phrase. So, are you on at 10 o'clock our time, I take it, are you?
Yeah, which is better in New York. So that's 5 till 8 a.m., which is basically just practice for me until they give me the breakfast show, because it was 2 till 5 a.m. in LA, and that was a bit of a stretch. There were times where I really was, you know, because they told me in Australia once, could you just yawn in the ad breaks now we're on YouTube? Come 4:30 in the morning, I really wasn't, you know, I was trying to give it my best. But,
we'll hear from you tomorrow, Max. All the best. Say hello to Barry for us.
Mate.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, we'll do. Cheers.
Max Rushton there, and you'll hear it was from him and Charlie tomorrow. Somebody else looking for a bit of advice the way to watch the game was John. Our football team, Bowhall Swifts, are playing a friendly at Pontyclun in Wales. We're stopping overnight, so we've got to find somewhere to watch the England game. I've looked it up. This is AI, but the Pontyclun Rugby Club have been showing World Cup games. I'm sure they'll do that. Pontyclun Athletic Club and the Windsor Hotel, apparently, are all places where you can watch a bit of World Cup in that part of the world. So enjoy. I hope you win your game, John, and enjoy the match tomorrow night. Egil Johansson, I'm sure he'll have plenty of punters in to watch the game between England and Norway. He is Norwegian, and he will be telling us more about how he's feeling ahead of tomorrow night's game. We're here with our very good friends at Selco Builders Warehouse. Check out this month's real deals at selcobw.com.
They get into this weird situation where they forget what happened before. So all the big games, they played Havertz, right? Gyökeres, who you bought in at the start of the season, was going to be, for all the big games. In all the big games, he was on the bench. Facts. That's what happened. So the manager doesn't trust him. That's not our opinion. That's just objectively looking at it. Havertz gets injured quite a lot, unfortunately. Gary Jesus is not the same since he's come back from his injury. So if you're now telling me that you can get through this season again and everybody else is going to be as poor as they were last year, I think you're just forgetting the fact that you lot were all losing your marbles. around the Man City loss. And it was, we need a proper striker. Arteta don't know what he's doing again. You win the league, it's great, we're going to win it.
But you know, what I've always said to you, I always said to him, though, Gyökeres wasn't bought in for the big games, did I? I said that to you. We bought Gyökeres in.
What?
For the
No, I get
listen,
explain.
I want to hear
the year before, Arsenal, it weren't the record against Man City's, the Liverpool, it weren't that cost us the league. It was we couldn't beat Fulham, couldn't beat West Ham, couldn't beat them lesser clubs. Gyökeres coming. I mean, he said it. Right, it's one of them. Gyökeres this season, though. Gyökeres this season scored against the Fulhams, the West Ham, so we didn't have a problem getting past those teams, which is why then we went on to win the league.
Okay, I think you won the league because you played very pragmatic football. I'm not actually allowed to say the type of football that people are calling it on air, but you played a certain type of football.
Would you play that type of football to win the league?
No.
What?
What are you talking? Of course you would.
Honestly.
If I was a footballer.
No, it's just like
my team.
Yeah.
No, I'll be happy like you lot. I'll be exactly. You get me? I'll be happy. Of course I will.
But would you like to see Spurs play that way to win?
Brendan Johnson scored with like his knee or something, and we won the trophy. I'm happy. I don't care, bro. However it gets done, I'm happy. I don't really care. But what I'm saying is, you can't like gloat about it and say, "Oh, we don't need a 9." That's crazy. You do need a 9, respectfully. What are you talking about, bro? If you sold Osimhen and Havertz right now, you could. Sorry, Osimhen. If you bought Osimhen and sold Gyökeres and Havertz right now, you'd be great. You'd be fine. You could buy Barcola. Barcola and Osimhen changes their team, bro. Surely.
Do you know what? I'm happy with what we got.
Oh, you're a liar. That's a lie. You're a liar. That is a lie.
I'm happy with
that.
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Inside Series on talkSPORT with BetMGM. Watch the latest Inside Series episode live on talkSPORT's YouTube channel now. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Yes, time to look back on the latest episode of Inside England with BetMGM. In this week's edition, Ollie Klink, Flex and Rory Jennings discuss the possibility of an England game going to penalties.
I'm going Reece James.
Are you?
I'm going Reece James, and my fifth one's Rice as well.
Are you basing James? Off the top of my head, I hadn't really considered him, to be totally honest with you. But have you got a moment in your head where you can think of him delivering like this?
Do you know what it is? I just think he's a good striker with the ball.
Mate,
I could back him in the calm moments. I don't think he gets too high or too low. He keeps calm. He keeps measured, and he's a high level technician. I would back some. You know, like these dark horses where you think, oh, I'm not sure.
Mate,
Reece James for me.
But that's so road face. I can't believe
how's that road? If it goes 6, 7, 8, and you have to start thinking outside of the box, Reece James will be quite high on the list of the players that I don't want to take.
I'll be honest. I really like Rory's 5. Will come on to mine in just a moment. I think yours starts amazingly and then just completely runs out of steam.
Yeah. Well, I got Rice in there as well.
Reece James and Declan Rice.
I got Rice, yeah.
No, Rice.
Again, big player.
Score one in it.
Big player. I just think you want the players with a big character who are ready to do it.
Gordon, Saka, Rashford are all ahead of Reece James in my head.
I'm not disagreeing with Flex. I think he'd put it away. Definitely, he's kind of. Oh, let's hope it doesn't come to that. We were told by BetMGM you get 10-1 if you think England are going to win on penalties, and as Andy said, they're always 1-all these games. So. Could be a long night. Don't forget you can watch all the latest Inside Series episodes live on talkSPORT's YouTube channel now. That's all thanks to BetMGM. 18+, begambleaware.org.
Inside Series on talkSPORT with BetMGM. Watch the latest Inside Series episode live on talkSPORT's YouTube channel now. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Now, next guest is a publican in East London, in Hackney, just near Victoria Park, if you know that part of the world. His pub is called the Kenton, and his name is Egil Johansson. You probably guessed from the name. He is Norwegian. Egil, hi.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah,
good, thanks. Talk sport all morning, actually.
I know, that's right. When our producer called you to see if you fancied having a chat, you were listening to breakfast at the time. Well, that's good to hear. So, so what's it been like? I mean, have you had a big turnout in the pub for the England and Norway games so far?
Yeah, we are always busy for England at tournaments. We are always supporting England at tournaments, but this year we obviously have Norway there, so we've been packed with Norwegian expats living all across London, and we are now gearing up for the game of the century. Well, at least for us. Tomorrow.
And for us.
Have all your regulars as well been getting behind because they like you and they drink in your pub? They all been getting behind Norway as well?
Oh, it's been amazing. We have even our neighbours who could hear all the roaring on Sunday when we beat Brazil. A couple of them came running here to just experience the party vibes that we had on Sunday. You know.
We've not had a chance to talk to Republicans since. I mean, were people okay? You've got some fairly moneyed residents around your way near Vicky Park. So I mean, were people all right about England games at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning?
We actually decided not to show the England game purely for that reason, because we are in a residential area, and obviously having Norway playing just before England, we decided that we'll leave the England game up to the other pubs in the area.
Right, fair enough. I think there was a few people faced with that problem. So how long have you been over in the UK, Egil?
So I've been over half my life, so 25 years now. So I feel very British. I always support England at World Cups, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow I am 100% cheering for Norway, and I'm so excited.
Fair enough. Have you been surprised by how well Norway have done in this tournament?
Yeah, I think we're all very surprised. I mean, we were all hoping, maybe a quarter-final, and here we are, because we have such a good team. There's been so much talk about Haaland, but for me, I think so many of the others, like Sheldrup, for example, whenever he comes in, he's fantastic. Nusa is amazing. Oscar Bob. And our midfielders, Ødegaard and Patrick Berg. Patrick Berg has been one of our best players.
We're expecting quite a tight game. We wouldn't rule out extra time and penalties. Do you tend to agree, or I mean, you're obviously quite confident in what you say that Norway can get the job done?
I think England are the massive favourites, which also means that England have a lot of pressure. So I think it will be a super, super tight game. It could definitely go to extra time and penalties. And seeing what our keeper did against Brazil, he's great on the line there.
He's played well, hasn't he? Yeah, I mean, he hasn't got a club. He's kind of playing. He was at Sevilla, wasn't he? But he's been released. He's playing for his future, isn't he? Really playing. I mean, he's probably put himself in the shop window, Egil, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I think a few Norwegian players have. So I'm hoping that Spurs will buy a couple of them, because I'm a big Spurs fan.
Oh, we're buying everybody at the moment. So it's a pretty good chance. Nusa, maybe we'll buy Haaland.
I mean, if we get Haaland, that would be amazing.
Maybe, but unfortunately, though, Haaland's a bit of a curse on him for tomorrow night.
Who's cursed him?
The witch doctor, Kwaku Bonsam.
Is that your man who did the earlier ones on us?
Yes, he cursed Harry Kane and then he lifted the curse, and now he's put a curse on Erling Haaland.
Why has he done that to Erling Haaland? He's no skin in the game, is he?
The Star asked him to.
Oh, okay, really. That's bad juju then on the Norway team. That seems harsh. So you've got to love a Harry Kane then if you're Spurs, but no split loyalties at all tomorrow, no?
Well, I mean, as soon as the kickoff starts, I'll be 110% Norway. But then, obviously, when the game finish, I will 100% support England against Argentina or whoever if England win the game. So,
you can't lose.
You can't lose.
Exactly.
No,
it's a win-win.
Well, I hope it goes well in the pump for the game tomorrow. Good to talk to you, Egil. Thanks very much.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Egil Johansson, the owner of the Kenton pub in Hackney in East London, and you can go along and enjoy it in his place. But I think there probably were a few pubs that found they couldn't justify being open 2-3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Thought about the long-term collateral damage compared to with the neighbours and the relationship.
Short-term gain, yeah.
Yeah, Richie in Birmingham's off to see the Maccabees. Our old mate Felix White at the Eden Sessions, Cornwall. And we know how much Felix loves his football, as a big Fulham fan. But he said they have brought the gig forward. Then they're going to show the game on the big screens on stage straight afterwards. So that is definitely the way to do it. People have got other stuff on. You can't fly in the face of the fact that a lot of the nation are going to want to watch that game. So keep telling us where and how you're going to be watching, and if you've got difficulties watching as well. talksport.com/H&J. Text to 81089. Tweet to TSH&J. 0371 722 3344. England's women playing an historic test, first time ever at Lords.
Crucial point in the game, I'd say.
Yeah, they won the toss. They decided to have a bowl so far. India are 68 for 2, aren't they?
Yeah, they're scoring quickly, and their two best players are in, so they need to break this partnership.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. It's live, ball by ball, over on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel currently. But we'll be in the England camp of Faye Carruthers. We'll catch up with Max Scott, who's gone to Jude Bellingham Station. And we'll get the latest weather update to see if it could be rainstorm affected in Miami tomorrow night with Fox Weather's Stephen Morgan, plus the clips of the week and Steve Bruce. Blimey, a lot to squeeze in. That's all to come.
Go to Ben. He's Arsenal fan. All right, Ben.
Benny boy.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, Ben. We've got to do this quarter-final 11. Let's get it going. Come on.
All right. I've got the Spanish flamenco dance on the wing. Like around defence. Their foot tapping all dazzle their defence and send them sideways.
Yeah, the old flamenco dance.
And
dance
a little maverick on the wing. Little maverick on the wing.
Like a flamenco dance.
Yeah.
What are they called? Is it flamenco or is it what is it? Flamenco.
Madame, wait for you.
Flamenco.
It's a flamenco.
Yeah.
Flamenco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know you're iconic now, Ben?
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
He's actually iconic.
Ben appears every single night at the sports bar.
Every night.
Doesn't he?
Without foul.
Yeah. Yeah. Been over a year.
It's been a year. All right, look, the flamenco dancer on the wing.
Yeah.
Okay. Dancing about. Bit of maverick in there. All right, let's go to Dave. He's a Sunderland fan. Dave?
All right, Dave-o.
Hello, boys. How you doing?
I'm all right, Dave. How are you?
Yeah.
Good. Good. So I'm getting in early with a representative from England who I think can be our captain.
Okay.
And it's St. George himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a leader, warrior. He's up for a battle. He'll put the opposition to the sword. And I think we can play him on the wing.
No, he don't feel like a winger, mate.
Killed a dragon.
Like centre half.
Killed a dragon, didn't he?
Reason being, he's got a good cross, hasn't he, St. George?
Okay.
No,
I feel like as a person, like St. George feels like a centre half. He feels like a Bobby Moore. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Talk Sport.
For the headlines at 4 minutes past 12, I'm Tom Clayton. Good afternoon. How will England line up against Norway? Thomas Tuchel's got a few late headaches. On top of Jarell Quansah's suspension being doubled for 2 games, Mark Gahey's tight hamstring means he's a doubt, and Declan Rice is struggling with sickness. England's 2002 midfield anchor Nicky Butt isn't concerned about Rice, though.
I don't think he's going to miss a quarter-final of a World Cup with a little bit of a stomach bug. I think he'll be fine. I think he's an important player for us as well. The Gahey one concerns me because I think he's been the best defender since he come into the team in the second game, so he'd be the one that I'd be most concerned about.
England's quarter-final with Norway is live on talkSPORT tomorrow night. France look like they're canning all the way into the final. Their 2-0 cruise control win over Morocco has fans asking, is this France side the best ever? French football expert Julien Laurent says that it's certainly the squad with the most potential.
Probably even more than 98, more than the 86 team of Platini and 82, 86, 84. I think this team has the highest ceiling, the biggest potential, the most talent, really, and now it's just a matter of winning the games that matter the most.
England's cricketers have been told they can't drink even the day after a match. This following Ben Stokes and Gus Atkinson's nightclub incident. The ECB have confirmed a midnight curfew and told players they must tell management if they're out after 10 p.m. Sean Dyche thinks that sounds a bit like an overreach.
But surely as athletes and professionals, you should be able to say, right, don't be stupid. Yeah. You know, here's the time. Be in. I know, look, I've dealt with it. I know it gets broken sometimes, but sometimes that can do it good, you know, to bring it together a little bit. And come on.
And in the first ever women's test to be held at Lord's, England have India 77 for 2. Overseas listeners can get commentary on talkSPORT's cricket YouTube channel.
talkSPORT News.
Nigel Farage has exclusively told Talk he's facing the anti-Trump playbook amid scrutiny over his finances, and 4 Brits are thought to be among at least 11 people killed in a wildfire in southern Spain. More with Sinead in half an hour.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. This summer, treat yourself to Bridgestone Turanza All-Season 6 tyres with a 25,000 mileage guarantee. Book today at quickfit.com. Conditions apply.
Another sunny and hot one for most of us. Showery rain in northern Scotland. That may turn thundery later on.
US football forecast on talkSPORT with QuickFit, giving your car the magic sponge and water bottle treatment to keep it going this summer. QuickFit, drive away happy every time.
Time to look ahead to all the latest weather over in the States, all thanks to QuickFit. Stephen Morgan from Fox Weather in New York is back. Hi, Stephen.
Paul and Andy, hello. Happy Friday. We talked about that heat wave yesterday, and I wanted to pull up London's temperatures because I know we'll be focused on Miami tomorrow. You guys tomorrow might be as hot as Miami. It's going to be 80 to 30 degrees Celsius.
We're sick of it. We're sick of it, Stephen. We're not built for weather like this. You know, we're not used to it. We're not built for it. But we got to get on weather watch for Miami because you were telling us yesterday there could potentially be storm interruptions. Where are we at with that currently?
I have some good news. I think it's going to be a little drier than what we were looking like it could be yesterday. So timing is going to be important. Today in Florida, throughout the whole state, we have something in the United States called a heat advisory. And for Florida to go under one of those is a big deal because we have temperatures that at least the heat index could be a little closer to 38 degrees Celsius. So that's extreme. But when we look at the actual rain chances, it looks a little drier. And I don't want to get too much into weeds, but this time of year, we get trade winds off the continent of Africa, and those trade winds actually pick up Saharan dust, dust in the atmosphere, and we're going to see a plume of that move over Florida beginning really tomorrow afternoon. That actually could dry out the atmosphere, which keeps the rain chances a little lower. So I'm optimistic that our rain chances will be less tomorrow, not
our experience of Saharan dust and rain is great news for car washes. Yeah, because they lay waste to your car, don't they, with that particular cocktail. What about in LA for the game this afternoon for Spain-Belgium, this evening our time, of course?
Spain, Belgium still looking pretty good. LA is dry. We're not going to be too hot. It has been warm in the southwest U.S., but we're looking at temperatures right around game time, mid-80s Fahrenheit, so about 30 degrees Celsius. So not too bad. Of course, LA Stadium inside, so won't affect play.
Fantastic. Stephen, good to talk to you as always. We'll catch up with you next week when we hope England will be looking forward to a semi-final. So have a good weekend.
All right. Best of luck. Yes, you too.
There we are. There's Stephen Morgan there from Fox Weather in New York. That was our latest weather update. All thanks to QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
US football forecast on talkSPORT with QuickFit. Like a super sub that keeps your car in the game this summer. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Just before 12, we were chatting to Egil, the owner of the Kenton pub in Hackney, and Paul Whitehouse has reached out to me of Gone Fishing and Fast Show fame, Harry Enfield. He says, I know the Kenton. Way back in the 80s, I used to go there with my mate Danny when we, inverted commas, worked for Hackney Council.
Oh, I see.
He said, in fact, Suits You would have been bandied about in there in a formative type way. So it's quite possible. There should be a comedy blue plaque outside the Kenton. Being Paul had probably sat there one day, like covered in brick dust, you know, and he's going, oh, quite possibly. So, Paul, thanks for letting us know that. Well, yeah, that's
good.
It's good to know it's got a little place in comedy history. Anyway, one of the other weird and wonderful things, apart from chili con cane, which was an invention of, I think it was a branch of Asda in Cheltenham, where they turned a chili con carne into Harry Kane's face.
Well, this bloke in Nathan Wyburn, he's turned Jude Bellingham into a picture from 998 chicken nuggets.
Tremendous. Down to very healthy eating. Now, also, Bellingham Station, South London, I think, isn't it? It's changed its name to Jude Bellingham Station. And Max Scott has gone along there. Hello, Max.
Yeah, good afternoon, boys. I'm here in Catford at Bellingham Station, and where we're encountering yet again some of the issues that cameramen have with a 6'7" reporter. I've been squatting here for the last 45 minutes waiting to speak to you, and as you can see, I'm outside what used to be Bellingham Station. It's now Jude Bellingham Station. We might be 136 miles away from Stourbridge, Dudley in the West Midlands, where Jude, of course, was born, but such is the feeling about Golden Bulls, our number 10, Jude Bellingham. They've renamed the station here, Jude Bellingham, and I've come here to speak to fans about what they feel about that station name change, and you can listen to that now. Bill, you're here at Jude Bellingham Station. You've come to see it for yourself. What do you make of the change?
I think it's wonderful, really wonderful. This area needs a bit of an uplift anyway, and calling the station Jude Bellingham Station is marvellous because he is such a hero now.
What do you reckon about the changing the name to England star man Jude Bellingham?
I mean, honestly, it would definitely change a lot, but I feel like it would have a good impact.
Yeah.
Like, Jude Bellingham has done a lot for England, although he has been playing a bit iffy these last couple of games, but I feel like it would be good and be a very interesting change.
Is it coming home, football?
Of course it is. Always coming home.
What do you make of the station name being changed?
I think it's about time, Yeah. Like, I always thought of it's kind of funny. I always thought the station was like, it's like Jude Bellingham, but now they're making it official. It'll be great if it makes it official.
Mate, because if England win the World Cup, they have to, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Lydia, lovely to meet you. I couldn't help but notice that you're painting a beautiful sketch of something right next to Jude Bellingham Station. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I am drawing every pub in London, and this is the pub that I'm drawing today, the Fellowship Inn in Bellingham.
in Bellingham?
Yeah,
we love pubs at talkSPORT.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever done the Redwood at London Bridge?
No, not yet.
You need to do it. It's the home of talkSPORT.
Okay, I'll add it to the list.
We're in Bellingham, now named Jude Bellingham Station.
Yeah.
What do you make of the change?
I love it. I live in Catford down the road, and as soon as I heard about it, I was excited. I think it's really fun and clever.
Talking about Jude Bellingham, he's come under a lot of criticism. Some people say he's too arrogant. Some people say, he's not a team player. I've always disagreed. What have you thought about Jude Bellingham and seeing the way he carries himself?
I kind of don't really pay attention to that stuff. Like, as long as you're scoring goals while you're playing, then that's all that really matters in this game. So yeah, I'm just kind of concentrating on the games and trying to ignore that stuff. I think he's great, and especially in the last game, it was amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been speaking to absolutely loads of people who are loving the fact that Jude Bellingham's finally getting the recognition that he deserves. And honestly, since we've been here, I'd say there have been about 20 different people that have come, many in England shirts, just to see the station name change. And it shows, I guess, just how much Jude Bellingham has sort of inspired the nation, that maybe we can go all the way. It's been great to see, having conversations with people. They're absolutely buzzing that their local area in Catford has got this little name change. And so, yeah, I think it's testament to what Thomas Tuchel's doing, and particularly testament to Jude Bellingham, who, as you know, fellas, has been the subject of a lot of discussion, debate in the media about whether or not he should start. We saw that incredibly divisive article written last year saying that Jude Bellingham shouldn't start, he should be dropped by Tuchel. I mean, what nonsense that looks like now. The feeling is strong here for Jude Bellingham.
Except that bloke that said he's been a bit iffy in the last 2
Yeah, well,
and he scored 2 goals.
He's got very high standards. Lydia's art as well, she's very good. But drawing every pub in London, that is a huge undertaking, isn't it?
It's getting less of an undertaking.
Yeah, no, sadly that is true, yeah.
Well, she said that she'll come and do the Redwood for us, and she'll pop on H&J and talk about the journey she's been on. I mean, the art was amazing, but I thought her takes on England and Jude were absolutely spot on as well.
Yeah, she was great.
Absolutely.
Well done, Max. That was really
Thanks, Max.
interesting.
That was fun.
Thank you. We'll catch up with you soon. There's our own Max Scott outside Jude Bellingham Station in South London. In the world of tennis, it is Arthur Ferry Day.
Station.
Sorry?
Arthur Ferry Station. They've got to have as well.
Oh, the Arthur Ferry. Well, the Arthur Ferry Ferry. You want the Woolwich Arthur Ferry. That's what you want, isn't it?
Somebody will do it.
The Mersey Arthur Ferry.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And other ferries are available.
Obviously, if he goes out.
Lisa O'Sullivan joins us now. What time's he likely to be on, Lisa?
He starts. They've done it. They've pulled a blinder on us because usually those who finish first will play first. But actually, it is going to be the first match on at 1:30. Alexander Zverev against Arthur Ferry, and there's probably a number of reasons for this. 2 letters, probably TV. I suspect ESPN are more interested in watching Jannik Sinner and Novak Djokovic in a comfortable time zone for their viewers. Also, the BBC are showing the Spain match later today, so it'd be quite nice if they can get the Arthur Ferry match finished. And it's also what the players will have popped in their full penneth worth as well. Novak Djokovic and Jannik Sinner both have their reasons for wanting to play later in the day. Sinner because potentially it'll be cooler, although in my experience it's just got hotter here as the day's gone on. But if the match does go into the evening, we'll need the roof to shut so that we've got lights on the court, and that will make it much more pleasant on the court if the match goes long, and that is if that first quarter-final's gone long as well. So it is Ferry and Zverev at 1:30, and then Djokovic and Sinner to follow.
Brilliant. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa will be joining Jim and Simon regularly, I'm sure, once that gets underway to keep you updated. 86-2 currently India in that historic first Test match at Lord's. England's women taking them on. So, yeah, as you said, Andy, these are their 2 best batters, and Mandana especially is 44 for 43 balls. They are good, aren't they? Good.
Very good, yeah.
I think our record, we've had a lot of draws against India. I think we've only beaten them once in a Test, and they won about 5.
It's obviously a complete mistake to have put them in.
Yeah, well, that's always a risk, isn't it? You know, it didn't look like... Anyway, we shall keep an eye... It's live over on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel, Ball by Ball. So, some concerns for England. Mark Gay injured, apparently. We don't know the extent of it. Declan Rice got a bit of a bug. How serious is that? Faye Carruthers, I'm sure, has been sounding people out. We'll catch up with her in a few moments' time. We're here with our good friends at Selco Builders Warehouse. It's where the trade go.
you know management inside out. Tuchel might just be the 1%
He might
difference
well be, but what I'm saying
between
is,
winning it and not winning it.
I need to make this really clear. I am not questioning or doing him down. I'm trying to give you a balanced view of how I see management.
Yeah.
He hasn't done it yet. You're only ever judged on what you end up winning, not whether you could have won it. Brendan Rodgers, apart from the slip, would have possibly, very nearly could have won the Premier League.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they don't judge him on the fact as if he did win it. He did win it.
Until England do it.
That's all I'm saying. And I want him to win it. I want the country to win the
bottom
World
line
Cup.
is this, and we will never know. If Tuchel had been in charge of England at Wembley that night,
exactly,
in the European final against Italy, you have ended up winning it.
I was there, by the way. I was there. You know, you
changed it. So Simon's point is right, is it not, Sean?
The whole world is watching. Even the most.
You change it and you lose, right? You didn't know what you
change
it and you win. You do know what
you make a decision.
That is the life. No.
You make a decision. We all know you live and die by decisions. But when something's coming on top and the whole world's watching it and going, we need to change something. We need to change something. We need to change something. Okay, we haven't changed something. They've scored. Now we're going to change something. They've scored. Now it's easy to be a Monday night quarterback. We all know that, right? But the bottom line is that my inherent belief is the reasons why there's elite managers and there's the reason why there's good managers. Right?
None of us have ever had a bad game in here. Simple as that. A bad game.
See, we're not football
when you're on the sidelines, and you're under pressure.
Oh, he's coming alive now, Mr. Dyke.
That's when the truth is. Really.
But Tuchel will only be judged by when those moments come.
Yes.
They haven't come. They haven't come against Ghana.
Which is fair. That's exactly fair.
But when they do come, I'm willing to bet you that Tuchel's credentials and the elite gene that I think that he has, which is the reasons why he's managed PSG, Bayern Munich. Yeah, it's a mentality. It's a mentality. Of course, don't be so bloody stupid.
I've got a ginger gene.
well, you've got many genes, I suspect.
Hello, I'm Matt Forden from talkSPORT. This is How to Win the World Cup.
This is the best squad I think England have ever had.
He used to love America, now he doesn't. It's very sad.
It was so important to succeed because of all the pressure we received.
Don't jump for this one, I'm going to knock his head off.
Warning, this podcast does not guarantee England will actually win anything.
The So Good moment of the day on talkSPORT with Meantime. talkSPORT have teamed up with Meantime to create So Good Lager for the World Cup. Available now at all O'Neill's pubs and some of the best sports bars in the UK. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Yes, time to look at today's So Good moment of the day. We're Meantime, and we had to go with this moment.
Brought out in the air, here's Kylian Mbappe! Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes! Too good! He was not to be denied! He's curled it right-footed into the corner! That is a classy goal! And it gives France the lead!
Our commentator auditioned to be a town crier there, Joe
It's a
Shannon.
shame he didn't have a bell with him.
That would have been good.
We'll have to put that together.
We have to go with the Messi goal. I mean, it broke the deadlock. Mbappe. Sorry, we've just been talking about Messi in the break. The Mbappe goal, because it broke the deadlock, and in the end it was a bit of a breeze after that. But there we are. talkSPORT have teamed up with Meantime to create So Good Lager for the World Cup. Available now at all O'Neill's pubs and some of the best sports bars in the UK. 18 plus. Always drink responsibly.
The So Good moment of the day on talkSPORT with Meantime. talkSPORT have teamed up with Meantime to create So Good Lager for the World Cup. Available now at all O'Neill's pubs and some of the best sports bars in the UK. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Now, the man we rely on for the half-time updates, Coach Anthony Barry for England, has been speaking to our very own Faye Carruthers. Before we chat to Faye, let's hear part of that conversation ahead of Norway tomorrow. He spoke about working with Thomas Tuchel.
He's world class. A chance to win trophies. I think if you're with Thomas, you have a chance to win the biggest prizes. So for me, they were firstly the two main things: the chance to be successful, the chance to learn off somebody that's world class, and then as the relationship evolved, obviously now we have a personal relationship, which is quite nice for me. Hopefully nice for him as well. But we work so close together on a daily basis. We spend more time together than I do with my wife and my kids, but that's also part of the job and the responsibility. So it's just a gift to be around Thomas as much as I am, to share ideas with him, to build a team with him, to watch him work the way he's working in this tournament. I can only say it's a privilege to watch an elite manager in his sweetest moment, in his perfect environment of competition at the highest level. That brings the best out of Thomas, and to be alongside him and to support him in any way I can, and for me, I feel totally privileged for that.
It's Anthony Barry. Faye joins us now. Hi, Faye.
Hello.
He said earlier in the tournament that sometimes he gets together for a 10-minute chat and it goes on for 8 hours. So they're both obviously proper football men who love their football, and their relationship is a strong one, clearly, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It started at Chelsea because he was under Frank Lampard, and then Thomas Tuchel came in after that. And it just feels like they're kindred spirits, really. Every photo I've got from training or video, that they're in a huddle, the two of them, chatting, observing. You can watch them in tandem as well in the dugout. One goes up shouting on the touchline, and then they swap. Always deep in conversation, always tactically looking at how they can change things, and they clearly get on really well. Outside of football as well as inside.
Does Anthony know what a half-time star he's become?
I tried to tell him. He doesn't like talking about himself very much, right. But I said it's interesting because a lot of the time the halftime interviews that we've seen previously, that they don't give you a lot of insight. I think I did the first Premier League one actually with Andoni Iraola on television when I was working for Amazon Prime Video, and we walked down the touchline, almost missed kickoff actually for the second half, but he did give me a little bit of insight. But they tend to be pretty bland because nobody wants to give anything away, same as pre-match interviews a lot of the time. But pre-match interviews with Thomas are always interesting, and you get something new. And Anthony Barry with his half time, calling that first half against Croatia complicated, and being very brutal in his honesty. And actually I asked him, I said that people like them because they're brutal, and he said I prefer them not to be called brutal. I think they're just honest, but it's a different assessment, and I think we like that.
Yeah. Now, we've awoken today to news that Mark Gay's got a bit of a hamstring issue and Declan Rice is ill. So where are we at with this at the moment, Faye?
Yeah, well, that's the latest from training yesterday. So we had 15 minutes worth of, we didn't really see any training, actually. I'm completely lying to you. It was closed training yesterday, but we went to the training ground to do a couple of interviews with Nico O'Reilly and Bukayo Saka. And so saw some of the players and saw Mark Gahey walking around. It's a minor hamstring injury, we're told. But then Reece James has been out for the last 3 weeks, and we were told that, we might see him a couple of games ago, and we haven't done yet. So that's problematic. Declan Rice wasn't training the other day when we went to open training the day before. But we're told that he's, got a bit of a stomach complaint, but should be fine for the game. So it's match day -1 today. So, still got another 24 hours plus before they play, because it's a 5 o'clock local time kickoff, and it's 7:15 in the morning here in Miami. So, there's time for them both to recover. Whether they will want to risk Mark Gahey or not is another question, because they are fully focused on us still having 3 games left in this tournament, this quarter-final, the semi-final, and then the final on the 19th of July. And they wouldn't want to risk him. And actually, the partnership that he's formed with Ezri Konsa has been really solid. There are options to bring in. Obviously, we saw how immense Dan Burn was the other day when he came on in the 75th minute against Mexico. John Stones as well, throwing his body left, right, and centre. So there are options if Mark Gahey can't start. But of course, we've got Jarell Quansah out injured as well. So we have a problem right back still. So yeah, lots of solutions to find.
The noises around Reece James have been more positive, it seems, out the camp. Did you get that vibe when you were there yesterday?
Yeah, definitely. And when I was at training the day before, I really did think, we may be able to see him. So I was disappointed that he actually wasn't out training again, because I'd also heard those positive sounds coming out of the camp. I mean, maybe they're using him and waiting, and he'll be a secret weapon, and actually he comes out to train after we've all gone. I don't think they're like that, really. But at the same time, we could really do with having him back, but you need a fully fit Reece James, particularly bearing in mind the role that he plays on that right-hand side. There would be no point at all risking him. And, the medical team with the FA in England do a brilliant job. They'll obviously be in constant contact with Chelsea as well, because it's a recurrence of an injury that's plagued him for such a long time now. So they won't be risking him if there is any chance of him breaking down again.
I appreciate you joining us so early. We'll let you get on with your day. Thanks very much.
Nice to see you as always.
Take care. That's Faye Carruthers there in the England camp. Faye, part of our team that will bring you that game live from Miami tomorrow night. Adrian Durham, your host, of course, the Dream Team. Plus Jim Proudfoot alongside Stuart Pearce have done great work around England throughout the tournament, and we will bring you that one live tomorrow night. We got a little matter of Spain-Belgium first, 8 o'clock this evening. Jim White and Simon Jord, I'm sure from 1 will be chatting about that. Andy Goldstein and Benty live from Miami at 4.
Great.
So we'll have some clips of the week for you very shortly, and we will have a chat with Steve Bruce as well before we hand over to Jim and Simon at 1.
I mean, as recently as 2024, Bruno Touzazol, he told everybody who cared to listen what he wanted to achieve at Newcastle.
Never said that I would like to leave. Since I signed for the club, I always said I want to put my name in the club history, and nothing changed. Nothing changed for me. It is keeping going. I still want to win some trophy for me. When I signed for the club, I said I want to play Champions League, and everyone said that I was crazy. And we got it. Now I wanna be in Champions League again. I wanna win something for the club. I think the fans deserve. We are worked so hard to get it. So this is still my dream.
And then a year later, Simon, they win the Carabao Cup, and Bruno says, "This is my second home. We're making history. Someday, when I leave this club, I want the fans to sing my name the way they do Alan Shearer." I'm not sure that's going to happen.
Well, look, first and foremost, ask yourself the question: why are these players suddenly all deserting the sinking ship? It's not a sinking ship, but it doesn't appear to be a particularly ambitious one. It doesn't appear to have an ownership model that everyone thought was going to change the whole direction of football. Oh my God, we've just sold to a nation state, one of the richest nation states, and look what they're going to do to football. But they haven't done anything. They're going to buy everybody. They're going to buy Ronaldo. They're going to buy Messi. They're going to have this player here, that player, this player, and they haven't. Yeah. They bought a bunch of players that to some extent, they've gone and made better. And these players are now doing what every player does, which is go, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, Real Madrid. And that's what Newcastle have found themselves in a position of doing. So ask yourself the question, despite the vilification of a player that 2 years ago said he wanted to stay, nothing lasts forever. He's done his 2 years. He is entitled to leave. How he leaves is the key component part of this. But also, why? Why are Newcastle now a place where people want to leave from.
Yeah.
And that's the problem Eddie Howe's got. That's the problem that Matey Boy that says that to everyone they're going to win the league by
chief
2030.
exec, yeah.
Those are the challenges that they've got.
When you think about some of the stadiums that have hosted games in the World Cup, sometimes it's hard not to be completely overawed. But what's the biggest? One thing we have to be clear about is that older stadiums will have had higher capacities when it was standing only. A good example of this is the old Wembley. For the final in '66, the capacity was 125,000. But that was later reduced to 100 when it was converted into an all-seater in 1990. Another example is this, Mexico City's Estadio Azteca. Back in '86, it's estimated around 115,000 people watched Argentina beat West Germany to win their second World Cup. Essential modernisation so it could be used in the 2026 tournament reduced it to 83,000. You can't talk about old stadiums with high capacities without mentioning Brazil's Maracanã. Some say the jewel in football's crown. In the 2014 World Cup, its capacity stood at just under 79,000. But back in 1950, well, it wasn't official, but estimates believe 210,000 people came to this place for a winner-takes-all match between Brazil and Uruguay. That's still the world record attendance for a live football match, and let's be honest, it's not likely to be beaten anytime soon.
talkSPORT Clips of the Week.
Yep, news from Lords first, where England have broken a pretty tidy partnership, haven't they?
Yes, Rodriguez is out, sort of mid-30s.
101 for 3 now?
101 for 3. She was looking good for to get on the old honours board, but England needed that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's live over on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel, Ball by Ball. Clips of the week. We kick off today with an odd clip featuring our England correspondent, who we were just chatting to, Faker Others, in which a technical glitch makes it sound like Frank Bruno's constantly agreeing with her.
Well, they're currently in the air, Adrian, and they really didn't know anything about it. When we arrived at training earlier on, so at the end of the Matchday -2 close training, we were going to be speaking to both Marcus Rashford and Morgan Rogers. A Mexican journalist came up to myself and my producer and said, "Have you seen that the game is going to be brought forward?"
Know what I mean, Faye?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Here's some impressive maths from Jason Cundy as he discusses Brazil.
Brazil, they haven't covered themselves much glory. I thought they were pretty poor, actually, throughout this World Cup. And Ancelotti, of course, he's not getting any younger. He's going to be 4 years old at the next World Cup.
How'd you work that out?
It's brilliant.
I think we all will be, won't we?
Yeah, of course.
Tennis correspondent Lisa O'Sullivan now reporting from Wimbledon.
João Fonseca, the brilliant Brazilian, is out. He's been beaten 6-3, 6-3, 6-3.
I think I'd rather be beaten than bitten, wouldn't you?
Once bitten, twice shy.
There we are.
Now it's me.
Yeah.
It is. You may recall this one from Darren Bent last week, in which he couldn't get out of the rhythm of saying Brian Brobby.
Murray, you must be impressed with Brian Brobby. Had a really good season at Sunderland, done really well, and this tournament,
I think he's looked really, really good. I think he's up there in terms of the Golden Brute race as well.
It's the Golden Brute, Brian Robbie and the Golden Brute. It's easy done. Well, a similar thing happened to his Drive co-host Andy Goldstein this week.
With Reece James out, Tino Livramento injured and Declan Rice even forced to cover against DR Congo, the spotlight is firmly on Thomas Tuchel's selection choices.
It's Thomas Tuchel selection. Once you're going Tuchel, your selection goes off, doesn't it, as well? Yeah.
And it appeared it was catching. Here's newsreader Charlie Pritchard.
And Kimi Antonelli has won the Silverstone sprint race. Lewis Hamilton finished in second.
Lewis Hamilton.
He's from
it's all
Lewis.
happening, yeah. Here's a rare clip from Times Radio, where on The Breakfast Show with Stig Abel and Kate McCann, they were discussing people getting overly amorous around the swimming pool.
I was at the Lido the other day. You get the whistle blown if you're petting in the pool.
No.
It wasn't at me, incidentally. I wasn't doing that. Someone else was.
So someone was snogging in a pool near you?
And they got the whistle blown.
Good recovery there, Kate.
Very, very good.
Good recovery. What's next, Andy?
It's another update from Weird Travel Guy.
Yeah.
Looking at things on the M61, junction 9, Clayton Brook, the exit closed due to an overturned vehicle, which this is also affecting the M65 interchange. That's approaching for Clayton Brook. And that's your latest from Chris Madden.
Yeah, we like Chris Madden, Weird Travel Guy. We keep an eye on his work. He's a bit like Ivor Cutler.
I've got Chris
a nice harmonium backdrop. We'll try that next week. That's one for the teenagers.
I've got Chris Madden's football for the PS2.
It's good, isn't it? Money's made from that game. He goes into the travel office. He never flies. Always does it in a big bus. This is World Cup commentator Mark McGee with the question of the tournament so far.
On a scale of 1 to 2, would you rather play Egypt or would you rather play Argentina?
I would increase your scale, ideally. On a scale of 1 to 2, really. Doesn't give you a great deal of headroom, does it?
Nowhere to go, really.
Anyway.
Sticking with Mark, he emerged from a break, having invented a new word which seemed to throw host Natalie Sawyer.
Daily Tournament Roundup on talkSPORT.
Bamboozology.
Let's talk about what has to happen in this second half.
Slightly through, Natalie, there.
Exactly.
What was that again, Mark?
Bamboozology.
Bamboozology. Okay, fantastic. Here's
the first time we've had that on talk.
No, that's very true. Here's newsreader Matt Hutchinson with a World Cup story.
Well, man, we know is stepping down is Portugal manager Roberto Martinez following their 1-0 loss to Spain. And Portuguese football journalist Pedro Sepulveda hasn't been impressed by his reign.
You look at Ronaldo now and you're like, if I was the next Portugal manager, I'm only taking the job if he is not in the squad.
Sounds a lot like Gabby, doesn't he?
Brilliant impersonation, that is.
Pedro lives, I think he lives in Smethwick. And what's next? What's finally?
And finally, it's Sean Dyche and Shabana Hearn enjoying a mid-show snack.
No chocolate wafers when you're a kid. Not as good as tonics. Tonics are incredible.
Oh, that's amazing.
A little bit tonics-ish.
Oh, wow.
Tonics better though. They're good, actually.
I'd smash that. Bag.
I can't believe you said that.
I
would. So there we are. We should thank Bill Kilgore, Ian Murray, D-Jam Entertainment, Port 7, Steve Baker, Dave, Peter Harrison and Jordan Whale all suggested clips that were played this week.
Douglas MacLeod.
Douglas MacLeod, yeah, him as well. Add him to the mix. What's happened to my microphone? I'm back.
Yeah.
So if you
he
hear,
probably still didn't hear himself.
If you hear a clip on talkSPORT, Douglas MacLeod. If you hear a clip on talkSPORT over the next 7 days, please do send in to us. talksport.com/H&J. Text to 81089. Tweet to TSH&J. Just give us a day and a time.
It's such an obscure reference that only I get.
Give us a day and a time. And Frank Skinner. Give us a day when you heard it and a time when you heard it, and if it's played, you'll get a credit. If you want to hear the clips of the week, again, they're available as a podcast. The H&J Clips of the Week at talkSPORT. You can find it anywhere you get your podcasts or indeed on the talkSPORT app. And the H&J, I'm trying to do it so quickly because Steve's waiting. H&J Daily is available to listen to some of the best bits of this afternoon show, including the supermodel lookalike of Erling Haaland, Anastasia Kostra-Martina, who joined us earlier on in the show. It is quite uncanny. Lookalikes on the radio. They said it wouldn't work. But anyway, you get the idea. So they were the clips of the week. And joining us now, we're delighted to say, from another sunny clime, it is the former Newcastle manager and Manchester United title winner, Steve Bruce. Hello, Steve. Oh, he's not there. We're going to speak to Steve after. Fair enough.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll chat.
Steve's just had a fright.
Oh, sorry. Still blimey. That's right. He's just getting in situ. We'll have a chat with Steve very, very shortly.
I think you're underestimating Bruno Guimaraes. I mean, you can look at the figures and say, yeah, not brilliantly impressive, but every Newcastle fan will tell you he's the heartbeat of their team.
Yeah, that's Newcastle, though, Jeff. Jeff, we're not Newcastle United.
Oh,
right?
Joe, don't be arrogant. Do not be arrogant, pal.
What do you mean not be arrogant? We're Premier League champions.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I don't want him at the club.
Yeah, you're Premier League champions now. You're Premier League champions now. Let's come on in 12 months' time and find out if you're going to say the same thing if you're not Premier League champions then.
Jeff, of course we're Premier League champions. We just won it a few months ago. Come on, you know?
Yeah.
So you got to give us a bit of time. What I'm saying is, good player, but I don't want him to be the marquee signing. If he is the marquee signing, I'm going to be upset.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, shouldn't you be worried? You're talking about marquee signings. Aren't you concerned about financial fair play? Or the equivalent of as it is now? And you busting the rules.
Get rid of everyone you need to get rid of to make it happen. Because if you're spending 60 mil on a player, then that means people need to go as well, right? Get rid of... We've just spoken about Norgard. If you don't like him, get rid of
Trossard,
him.
Gabriel Jesus.
We're hearing Trossard. Get rid of all of them. You know, to be fair, I do like Trossard. And if it was up to me, I'd get rid of Martinelli instead. But get rid of who you need to get rid of. Then we can start talking business. But this better not be the marquee signing.
I do the marquee signing, but I agree that Arsenal need a left winger. Do you know what I mean? Don't spend 80 million on Guimaraes and then you can't afford to go and buy, like, if Barcola's available, for instance, Joel, and he's worth 100. You know, you need a top left winger, don't you, on that side?
100%. And that's what I want to see. I want to see someone... Look, the reality is if Marcus Rashford was available at a good price, I would probably go for him. As long as, you know, it doesn't unbalance the team, because he's a great player. And the reason why I say unbalance the team is because, you know, you heard of the stuff at United before, how he was over there when things weren't going his way or things were a bit down. So I think it...
Get ready to get that winning feeling with talkSPORT Win. This summer, talkSPORT is bringing you live and official coverage of every game of the FIFA World Cup 2026. And to celebrate, we're giving away £26,000 guaranteed. Go to win.talksport.com to enter now, and you could win 26 grand in your hand, tax-free. Enter now, and you could be the next to get that winning feeling, courtesy of talkSPORT Win. Find out how to enter now at win.talksport.com.
Kämpers födeland. Lord Nelson, Lord Beaverbrook, Sir Winston Churchill, Maggie Thatcher, can you hear me? Your boys took a hell of a beating. Are you ready? You know, I feel it too.
England have beaten Mexico in the Azteca. They've now got Norway in Miami in the quarterfinals.
Bellingham again, and he scored again. It's 2 in a minute. 2 in the middle now. Swept in towards Haaland. Erling Haaland, you beauty.
To score 7 goals for Norway in the World Cup is quite special.
Beware England. Beware Erling Haaland. Kane on the turn. Oh, what a goal! Unbelievable support.
We will go now full steam ahead to keep pushing and stay in the tournament.
Yeah, not long now. Tomorrow night at 10 o'clock live on talkSPORT, we bring you England-Norway. Let's get the thoughts heading into that of the Manchester United title winner and former Villa and Newcastle manager, Steve Bruce. Hello, Steve.
Good morning, lads. How are you?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're looking forward to the game as we get that bit closer. I don't know. I think there is a bit of a feeling of confidence. How are you feeling as we edge ever closer?
I think we all are, aren't we? We're all confident, and we're a little bit wary of course, Haaland. You know, we've seen him now for years, and we understand how good he is. And also, you know, the kid from Arsenal has just got himself in good nick. The captain as we know, Odegaard is a very, very good player too. So, look, they're good at the top end of the pitch, but I honestly believe that we'll probably have too much for them.
Well, that's certainly our hope.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Theoretically, that's true. It's just that whenever we play these Northern European sides, it's always tricky.
They're always very tight games, aren't they? They say the one all has been a pretty recurring theme when we've played sort of Scandi sides over the years, Steve.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Look, physically, they're very, very strong and they're always meticulously well organised. And it has been a bit of a struggle against that sort of side, but hey, listen, we couldn't wish for a better one to get into a semi-final, could we? You know, we've got an outstanding chance. You know, well, I think the performance the other night there has given everybody a bit of a lift, and let's hope they can stay at them levels, because if they do stay at them levels, then they are a difficult team to play against England and try and beat. That's for sure.
We just get the feeling that this could go deep. It could be extra time. It could well be penalties. It might be the first time we see penalties in the tournament.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. It would have to be England if it did that. I hope it doesn't do that to us, because that's a cruel way to do anything, isn't it? But look, I honestly believe we'll have too much for them. You know, we know we have to defend well and certainly look after Haaland. But I'm very, very quietly confident that we'll get through.
Yeah. Let's hope there's no stutter penalties.
Absolutely.
After looking at him.
They drive me mad, don't they? I mean, it's all right if it comes off. I just cannot, for the life of me, see why you don't take a normal run up and just put your foot through it. I mean, and if you miss, you miss. But if you do this stuttering, absolutely, it looks dreadful, doesn't it?
And it affects the power of your run-up, doesn't it? When we spoke to Ben Littleton, who's a sort of penalty expert and author, Steve, and I know you took pens during your Manchester United career, but he was saying, obviously, you take the pace out of your run-up, which takes some of the power out of your shot. So unless it's perfectly placed, and Mbappe's wasn't last night, it was a terrible pen, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely awful. Even for a man of his quality, it was terrible. But I have to say, you know, going back to when how the hell I started taking them, I do not know. Big bloody hairy or centre half. Oh, sorry, I forgot I'm on the rookie here. You know, and I ended up taking penalties, but I was repetitive in what I did. You know, I took it like if a golfer was driving a golf ball. You know, I was tried to be a little bit meticulous in it. All this stopping and starting, not for me. So let's hope it doesn't go to penalties.
Yeah, someone did a piece about centre halves in this World Cup missing penalties. There's been
Really?
a few, yeah. And also somebody else put a clip of Ray Stewart, West Ham.
Oh, yeah. We might try and catch up with Ray next week.
That's how to take a penalty, I'd say.
I don't think Ray ever missed, did he?
No, I don't think he did.
Quite remarkable. He was terrific with them, wasn't he?
I mean, I guess you ever saw Ray take penalties for West Ham, he would just, I mean, I can't say the word. It begins,
welly
it.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
I mean, he really would, wouldn't he? I mean, a lot of power. Often the keepers were trying to get out the way most of the time.
Exactly. He would just put his foot through it, wouldn't he? And he would hit it as hard as he could, you know. And that was. I mean, you know, the pitches weren't great in them days. It was a mud bath half the time. So, he just used to run up, put his foot through it. But as I said, I'm quietly confident that I'll not go that far, and I'm really more confident that we win the match.
We're hearing that Mark Gay's got a hamstring issue. We don't quite know how bad it is. If it does keep him out, the options are, I guess, Stones or Byrne. Which way would you be going, Steve?
Well, listen, they're both really terrific players. I honestly think John Stones, when fit, is as good a centre-half he's proved that over the years. So I would have thought he might move in that direction. Although, would he be good for the physicality of Dan Burn up against Haaland, who's played against him very, very well, must come into the equation. They're the big calls that the manager has to make. I wouldn't like to make it, I have to tell you. But for me, it would probably, if Stones is right, then I'd pick John Stones.
It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, Ezri Konsa was saying that when he was kind of shifted out to sort of right back, right wing back, he was saying that it was a bit of a difficult adjustment. And Stones was actually saying to him, look, we'll switch. You know, I mean, he was kind of prepared to take one for the team and make life easier. And I think Stones would be a great asset on the field. It's just keeping that man.
Well, he might have to play right back.
Yeah, he might have to be. Yeah, keep him
well. Yeah, it's just keeping him well, because if he's well and he's right and he's physically right, then we know he's an outstanding player. You don't play at the level and reach what he's done with Manchester City without being a top player. Yeah. And I think he is that. I mean, somebody's going to get a really good centre back, and I mean, he looks as if he's going on a Bosman. I mean, I don't know where he's going, but certainly John Stones is a very, very good player indeed.
Yeah, I don't think Jed Spence will let anybody down. He says he's coming for a bit of stick, but it was interesting to see.
It's playing him out of position. That's the problem.
Bellingham go up to him afterwards and give him a hug, because he put in a couple of big challenges when he was called on right back.
He certainly did, and arguably he was the most controversial call of the lot. Really, was Jed Spence. I don't think a lot of us seen it coming. Obviously, Tuchel likes him. Certainly, the other day, he never let anybody down, and he put some critical blocks in, and it was good to see him really defend as if he really, really meant to. Because going forward, I don't think it's an issue for the kid. Defensively, at times, you can ask the question, but the other night in particular, he was terrific.
Now, we're going to see Jarrod Quansah again at right back. It'll be in the final because he's got a 2-game ban, which is the tariff for serious foul play, unfortunately. It's not like he's been given an extra game because he plays for England.
That's what people think.
It was a bit of an unfortunate one. I don't think there was malice in it, but when you go over the top of the ball and you make contact like that, it's very difficult, isn't it, to make a case for overturning it.
Well, I think when we all watched the challenge, initially, when we first seen it, we all applauded and said, what a tackle that was. And then, unfortunately, it's come back. And once you see it again, then you know these days you're never going to turn that over. That's true. For sure. So, yeah, it's difficult. Maybe we'll get the Prime Minister, give Infantino a little call and see what he can do.
See if we can get him back for the
I'm not so sure he'll have the influence of Trump, but... Yeah,
probably not. We've got a few players on bookings. Crucially, Bellingham. I mean, the worst outcome would be a win and Bellingham picking up.
4 players on booking, Steve. That's right. That's always a fear. But I mean, you've got to play your normal game. I'm sure you've been there before big games, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, there's nothing worse if it's hanging around you, especially with our biggest player of the lot in Bellingham. You know, with that hanging over you, you know. I honestly believe that it should be changed now, this law. You know, two yellow cards in 6-7 games you play is not a lot these days, you know, especially if it's a big competitive game like it was the other night, for example. You know, so I'm a little bit against that rule in the tournaments. But, yeah, to rule somebody out, can you imagine all your life and you're suspended for a semi-final or even a final would be the worst situation you could even think of.
I don't think you can be for a final unless it's, again, a serious foul play. But
unless
certainly...
it's serious foul play, you can. No. Yeah, I believe I think that was amended a few years ago, wasn't it? That you can't miss a final through a yellow card, which is sensible.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to miss that semi-final, would you? But we've got to get through first.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's hope Bellingham stays.
Let's not get too excited.
Let's hope Bellingham stays out of trouble.
Yeah, good stuff, Steve. Enjoy the game. We'll catch up with you next week. All the best.
All the best, lads. Thank you. Thanks,
Steve Bruce, former Newcastle manager, Manchester United.
Let's hope he's iffy like he was according to that other fella.
Yeah. Nico O'Reilly, Declan Rice, Mark Gay and Jude Bellingham are those 4 players that risk a ban with another yellow card. So let's hope that doesn't happen. That is us then. Hopefully when we see you again on Monday, we'll be contemplating a semi-final in this World Cup. So enjoy the rest of the day. Come on, England. You can enjoy the match tomorrow evening at 10 o'clock here on talkSPORT. And coming up next to build up to that, and a whole lot more besides Jim White and Simon Jordan.
Before I get on to Norway, I have to ask you, because I've seen so many stills, amazing photographs that you are going to have to get framed and put at home. But that moment where Raul Jimenez was going for his